Yes. We're back. We're live again. Yes, brother. Yes.
I just do it on the iniquity working anymore. But when we used to burn down and play music and worship Selassie, become tell me, and when Selassie comes to tell me about Jesus,
yes, we're back.
My problem is Yahweh, if a husband beats her, excuse me, she cannot get divorced. Unless she commits adultery. That's not point. That's only way in there. Very valid point. Woman has to sleep even an 18-year-old can come back. Very valid point. Very valid point. She
Bob and Shamsi.
Is there anything wrong with helping poor children? No. Is there something good about helping poor children in the scripture? Yes. She went and tested it into the church. I spoke to the Christians and said, and then she said,
You can get in there, bro. It's a mad thing there. It's going to be an epic one there, Bob and Shamsi, boy. Look, Jay Smith's still there. We'll try and get in it, but it's a bit tight. Sorry.
I would test it against the word of God, which is what I would take. I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't take my dream after my dream. Absolutely not. 100% definitely not. I would stop one second. I would do what the scripture says. As I said, the scripture today.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if no, wait. So do you accept God can speak to your dream? If it was me, I'm not saying can God speak to your dream. If it was me, I'm not saying that can God speak to your dream. I would go by the word of God. I'm asking you, can God speak to your dream? No. You need to only fair. You also answer the same question. And I'm answering, if it was me, yeah. And just so you know, guys, just so you know. Yes. No, go. That's why alhamdulillah, Allah go to show you that two Christians, one nation. That's the character. They want an answer what I was doing. Christians on the I'm not asking you what you do. You've just said it means completely. No, it doesn't. Because you're not asking him, what would you do? I'm asking him, can God speak to you through dream? But now I want to ask you a question. No, don't check subject. He's not going to go through it. No, don't check subject. No, I want to ask you a question. No, ask me a question. No. Bob, you came right now as a savior and you are a hypocrite person. Why you are a hypocrite? You came now and you are a hypocrite. The guy said he'll walk away. No, not walking away. He'll walk away. Are you hypocrite? Are you hypocrite? I have been an hypocrite at times. Okay, so therefore don't speak to hypocrites. That's it. That's it. Because of waste of time. Bob, you have a waste of time. You're a coward. No, I'm looking up from it. You came to this park months ago during Eid. Yeah. You ran to this park and you appeared on TNT Street. Yes. And you said, I've come to speak to Bob about something that he said. Yes. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. There were two things. One, about the 5 pillars in the Quran. Two, about the errors in the Quran. No. So let's talk about it. Wait. Let's talk about it. Wait. Go on. No, logically speaking, it's better off to have one for Islam and one for Christianity. Correct? Then
So-
second one, no. Do you agree with that?
We'll have one debate each, yes.
No.
One about Islam, one about
What
Christianity.
about 5 pillars? So both
Yes.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
You came to the park before I came to the park. No, meaning when you spoke about 5 pillars of Islam.
Yeah, I was in the park.
your
And you
argument was-
came to the park.
That's correct.
Yes.
The argument was,
So now's your chance to talk to me.
yeah, of course, without any doubt, and I'm here to expose you.
Right, great,
The
let's do
argument was, so correct me if I'm wrong, the argument was that Muslims always asking us where Jesus said something, yeah? So I'm going to ask you where in the Quran says the 5 pillars of Islam, correct?
Yes.
But this
Essentially.
your argument is wrong, your premise is wrong.
Go on.
You know why?
Go on.
Because we Muslims will ask you, where does it say in the Bible? Which is the Bible contain of what? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I
The
will.
Bible contains God's speech, Jesus' speech, Matthew's speech, correct?
No, you've misrepresented that.
Okay. Does Matthew speak in his gospel?
You've misrepresented.
Okay, correct me.
So now let me correct you.
Okay, that one.
The Christian faith. Now, whether you know that or not, that is a fact, and you can read the Gospels and you can see that clearly. And my argument that I use...
No, wait. Yeah. The hypocrisy. No, hypocrisy.
Notice
Tell me how I misrepresented
Notice
the Bible.
Shamsi is always the same.
Bob,
It's always
you know why?
theatrics over
Because Bob,
substance.
you always don't answer my question.
theatrics.
Bob always doesn't answer my question. Let me deal with him because
Yes.
Christians think he's the savior. I'm going to expose the hypocrites.
Gonna
Which
expose.
extent? Okay, now tell me how I'm
So,
misrepresented.
Right, so-
No, you stopped me.
No.
No, tell me how I'm
No.
misrepresented.
No, you aren't going to tell me what I'm going to say, Shamsi.
Hold on a minute, you cut me.
You see?
Bro, it's in a video. Christian, please, be honest. Did he cut me or not? Did he cut me? No problem. You stopped me, claiming that I misrepresented
Big
him.
up, Jay.
And now, therefore, you didn't let me speak. Now he...
Real substantial debate with
Answer my
you.
question. Answer my question. Bob, it's not the court here.
All of his
Bob,
thoughts.
it's not crown court.
All that he
Bob,
has is
it's
theatrics.
gone now. Stop.
Why is it
Answer my
delayed?
question.
Right, so
I know you're scared, Bob. Calm down.
No.
Give him some water. Give him some
if I
water.
was scared, I wouldn't have approached you, but I approached you using an approach to me. And the times that I've been in the pot, you've avoided me. Now you
No,
can stay
I
and
approach
debate.
you many times and
So,
you don't deal with my subject.
now's your
That's why I
chance.
woke off.
Now
this
is
not
your
my
chance.
Tell me how I'm misrepresented.
So, let's be clear.
Okay.
The argument that I was making, which you quite rightly defined, is the idea.
No, he was speaking.
No.
I didn't listen.
How am I misrepresented? You cut me.
Do you see?
No.
Theatrics.
Bob, did you cut me?
Theatrics,
Did you cut me?
theatrics.
Did you cut me, Bob?
Right, so...
No, Bob, did you cut me?
Allow
Did you
me
cut
to speak.
Did you cut me?
What did I cut you? I said that you misrepresented.
So you cut me?
No,
So tell me
I
how...
misrepresented.
No.
Yes,
I
you
said,
did.
look what I said.
So-
No. Anyhow, Bob, I said the Bible contains God's speech, Jesus' speech, and Matthew's speech in the
Which is a
Gospel.
misrepresentation.
So tell me how. Show how.
So, right, in terms of this debate, let us be clear, because I'm not going to answer as Shamsi wants me to answer. I'm going to answer in my own way. Yeah? Shamsi,
That's why Shamsi
how long
walks
will
off.
10 seconds? Shamsi, if you could let someone finish a sentence.
As long as you do with my
There you
question.
go. How long was I
As long as you do with
speaking
my
then?
question.
2 seconds?
Yeah.
Shamsi.
As long as you do with my question.
Shamsi. Right, timing before he interrupts again. So, right, the thing is, if you can actually let someone finish a sentence or a thought, they might. There you go.
It's this guy. Hey, bro. Hey, what's your problem?
See what I
What's your
mean?
problem? Let him talk.
Theatrics over
Let him
substance.
talk.
Shamsi has the opportunity
Look,
to
you two are quiet. Your brother there.
control your acolytes.
You just tell your brother there.
I've never seen him run away ever.
He's never run away. Brother. Would you debate crackhead? Would you debate crackhead? Would you debate crackhead? No. Would you debate crackhead? Would you debate crackhead? No, it's not this question. To show you the
You see, Shamsi would rather talk to him than to me.
I'm talking to you.
Shamsi would rather talk to him.
Oh, come on, man.
It would be lovely. It would be lovely, and I'm sure everyone would agree that it would be nicer if me and Shamsi could debate a topic rather than debate about debating. Would you agree? Right. So, Shamsi.
Everyone keep quiet. The brother, he's showing his hypocrisy, but he's not happy with it. I know, it hurts.
So,
Carry on. I know it hurts. Carry on.
there we go. So let's stop debating about debating. Let's cut out the theatrics. Let's debate sensibly, which means that he asked me a question and I
Big up
answered.
the 100 in the house.
Yes, you did. You said, "Is that right?" invited me to correct you, and so I tried to correct
That's
you.
it. How
But
I
every time that I tried to correct
Answer my
you,
question.
you have simply interrupted me.
Go ahead.
So, now,
Give him 2 minutes to show me how I'm
right, can we have a timer?
Yeah, 2
We'll
minutes.
time it 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2
How
minutes.
I misrepresented him.
2 minutes, 2 minutes.
No interruptions.
Allow the sister to come forward and time it, yeah?
2 minutes, 2
I don't trust
minutes.
this guy. I don't trust him.
Oh, he's backing
looks
out now.
untrustworthy.
He doesn't want to do 2
I'll tell you
minutes.
2 minutes.
Trust this guy. I don't trust him.
Oh, he's
He
backing
looks
out now.
untrustworthy.
He doesn't want to do 2
I'll tell you
minutes.
2 minutes. Bro, I'm
up,
for the
AK.
audience, so you have to speak to me.
Tim.
Bro, he's
Right now, it's just going to
I like Babe K.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes. So how I
Right,
misrepresented him?
right. Start again. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes. So how I
Right,
misrepresented him?
right. Start again. Okay. That was less than a second. Right.
Yeah, AK,
So,
charge it up.
go.
Half
So,
charge, 50%.
This debate has come about because Shamsi made a big theatrical presentation in front of TNTS Greek in which he said, and he rightly explains the reason why I go around and make that argument. Because Muslims go around demanding of Christians that we show clear texts for the things that we believe. It can't be vague. It can't be something that you take one verse from here and another verse from here and you put them together and then you come up with your doctrine. No, it's got to be a parenthesis statement that's very clear, very explicit and complete. Now, Muslims don't have that in their Quran. Muslims cannot show me the 5 pillars of Islam in the Quran.
Don't worry, bro.
Now, he went on to say that a red herring question, because Shamsi uses
Minute
the
left, Bob.
about the Bible, about that it has God's words, Jesus' words, and Matthew's words. But the fact is, we Christians believe Jesus is God, so the distinction that he makes is in error. That's the things that he was wrong. It's not even close. So,
Porn folders, you
you
got it wrong,
made
bro.
this great
I'll
demonstration
clap them,
of coming
fam.
here
They just grabbed my
and
phone.
wanting
Shut
to
up.
debate me about the 5 pillars. Now's your chance. Let's debate the 5 pillars of Islam and how they are not in the Quran. They are simply something that later Muslims constructed. They constructed it while taking some parts and including and taking other parts and leaving them out of the 5 pillars. Let's debate that, Shamsi.
Everyone probably
Because
looking
you
at the
said
watch.
that you wanted to.
Remember, you said that's the reason,
Yeah, that's
brothers
fine.
and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, why Bob doesn't like me to debate him because I cut him. You know why I cut him? Because I exposed him. While we were speaking to Bob, Bobby said, let me show you how you misrepresented. Do you remember that? Are you Muslim? You're not Muslim. Alhamdulillah, he's a non-Muslim. He remember. He said, give me time to explain how I did misrepresented the Bible. Bear in mind, my man, I gave him 2 minutes. He never showed us how he misrepresented it. So now let me show his contradictions. He said to the people and addressing me that Shamsi made a mistake when he said the Bible contained God's speech and Jesus' speech. Jesus' speech is God. But hold a minute. So now you shoot yourself in the foot. So when Jesus said, the Father is greater than I, was that God speaking?
This is your 2 minutes.
No, I'm asking, remember, question, I had a question. I want to ask the question. So now I'm going to show you the hypocrisy. So when Jesus was speaking, because they say, no, that was Jesus. So when Jesus, he said, I don't know the hour, was that God speaking? Because you just stated clearly to the audience here and addressing me that there's no difference between Jesus and speech, correct? So when Jesus said, I don't know the hour, was that the Father speaking or was someone else? Okay? When Matthew was saying something happened to Jesus, was that Jesus or Matthew? Everyone knows the Bible contained the Father's speech, God's speech, Jesus' speech, the disciples' speech, and who? And the gospel writer's speech. So it's illogical for him to come and just ask us to use the Quran. While the Quran clearly said to us to follow Prophet Muhammad teaching, clearly. But in the Bible, Jesus never said follow Paul. So my question to you, again, can you explain to me how I did misrepresent you when I said the Bible contained God's speech and Jesus' speech? Right? And also, can you answer, you said God's speech and Jesus' speech are same.
Okay.
Well, this is going well, isn't it?
There we go.
Alhamdulillah. 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
So far, so good.
So let me just explain to you why I disagreed with his term, God's speech, Jesus' speech. Because in his mind, and in the minds of many Muslims, there is a distinction between Jesus, who is a prophet, and God. And so when he says God and Jesus, he is asserting a distinction that I do not recognize. To be fair, I will correct him. Notice interruption.
No, I'm not attempting. I'm asking
Notice
him.
interruption.
I'm not attempting. I'm asking him.
Theatrics all the time.
I'm asking him.
There we go. Stop my time. When you're ready, Sham.
Go on.
So, the distinction is a false one. The Bible contains the words of the Father, the words of the Son, and the words of the Gospel, the Apostles, Matthew, Peter. Now, for us as Christians, we have a different understanding of revelation than the Muslims. For us, this is not a problem. And this is a game that the Dawah team play all the time. They take what is basic Orthodox Christianity and then try to present it as if it's a problem.
The Greek color.
At the end of the day, we're happy with the Bible how it is. So, when Jesus said,
Hit the like button,
no one
peeps.
knoweth the hour but the Father, whose words were they? They were the words of Jesus. They were not the words of the Father. However, the debate that he wants to run away from is the debate about the Quran and the 5 pillars of Islam. And notice how Shamsi wants to get off it as soon as possible.
That was not what I said.
So I will ask Shamsi a question. And this is my question.
No, you haven't asked my question though.
So, you see he's interrupted again.
Okay, go on.
No manners, because his religion has failed him. Yeah.
Get 5 seconds. Generosity of Prophet Muhammad. Give him 2 more minutes more.
Let's start. I'm going to wait 5 seconds, then I'm going to...
You got an extra minute, Bob?
So, my point to you is and of us as Christians that we have clear texts for our beliefs in the Bible. Therefore, it is fair of me to demand of Muslims a similar standard. I would start by asking Shamsi this question.
Shall I give it 1 more minute?
No, I give him 5 seconds. Because I don't want you to the full mention.
My question, and I'm finished.
Go on.
So my question is this.
Refresh it,
To
blah,
become
blah.
a Muslim, Muslims have to say a certain phrase, a specific phrase. I want him to show me that in the Quran, where it is commanded that that's what you have to do, and where the formula of the words is given. Please.
Okay, now, if you notice, he hasn't answered my question. Rather, he didn't answer it, and then he didn't know that he contradicted himself. Do you remember what he said? He said Jesus' speech and God, there's no difference. The same thing. So my question was to him, when Jesus said, I don't know the hour, was that God speaking? Was that God speaking or someone else?
This is your 2 minutes.
So, that's my question, because I haven't answered it, so I don't want to go off topic. And our topic, first of all, in any debate, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, we have to lay down a foundation. If the foundation is not clear, we cannot jump to the branches.
I thought it was the 5 pillars.
That's the foundation first. The foundation is that the Muslims, when they come to the Christian, they never ask, show me where the Father said.
217
They shall show me in the
folders.
Bible, which contains what?
Ask your mum.
Father's speech, Jesus' speech, disciples' speech, and
While
the
you're sucking
the gospel writer's speech. Okay? So logic dictates if it's just and fair, he will say, you know what? In our Bible there's 4 authorities. So now, can you show me from your sources 4 authorities about the Shahada? That's what logic dictates, correct? Even though we know Jesus never said in the Bible, I will challenge him, follow who? Paul. He never said follow who? Matthew. Follow who? Luke. None of them, he said, okay? But they still believe his authority. Now his question about the 5 pillars of Islam. Of course, there is a 5 pillars of Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran about those who believe in Allah and believe in his prophets. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, those who establish the prayer and give zakat. 4. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it's upon the Muslim to do Hajj. That's 4 now. And Allah said,
Yes,
it's
Ishmael.
obligate upon the Muslim to fast the month of Ramadan. 5 pillars. Also in the Quran, brothers and sisters, Ladies and gentlemen, in the Quran clearly Allah said, follow Prophet Muhammad. And the Prophet, let me finish the point. Allah said, follow Prophet Muhammad. Allah never said, follow only Quran. The Quran tells me to follow Prophet Muhammad. You to dictate what? Whatever Prophet Muhammad said, we have to accept it. That's it. You've been destroyed, Bob, man.
Okay. So,
Answer my question now.
So, ready? So, ladies and gentlemen, notice that he didn't actually answer my question. And notice that he wanted to change the subject as quickly as possible. The real question was this. Show me where in the Quran it commands Muslims that they have to say a certain set of words to become a Muslim.
Okay.
I do not dispute that Muslims must believe in Allah and that they must also believe in the Judgment Day, and they must also believe in jihad, and they must also believe in the paradise, they must also believe in the form of prophets, they must also believe in the books. So, bearing in mind that Muslims must believe in all of these things, why do we not have in the Quran a very clear statement about which words you must say to become a Muslim? Bearing in mind that Muslims in the park consistently demand clear text from Christians. This is not my standard, this is the standard of Muslims in the park. I am merely applying it to their own religion. Now he says that the Quran teaches that you have to follow Muhammad and follow Allah. No problem with that. But where is the idea of hadiths in the Quran? The Quran says this in Surah 6:19. Say what thing is most weighty in evidence. Say Allah is witness between me and you. This Quran hath been revealed to me by inspiration, that I may warn you and all whom it reaches. Whom it reaches, not the hadiths. Now, if the Quran is supposed to be the guidance for mankind.
2 minutes.
Let me finish my point, just like you did. Where then in the Quran does it give the shahada that you must give a shahada and the formula of words that you use?
Okay. Have you noticed, ladies and gentlemen? And by the way, how long are we going to take?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's mad.
Until you walk away.
I'm going to have to walk about. You're going to say it to you tomorrow?
If necessary.
Bro, I have a class, you know. I teach
It's up to you when you want to go.
I'm going to say my thing, then you say your thing, then we'll make a conclusion.
He's running away. What was that?
We just repeat the same
What
thing.
was that, 10 minutes?
It's like 10 minutes. We're going to debate all day, are we?
Shams is running away.
How can I do it?
Let's do an hour.
No.
1 hour?
Yeah, no. Remember, I have to deal with you as well. Remember we agreed? One about our Islam subject, then about Christian subject.
No, we didn't. We agreed that there would be 2 debates.
Yeah,
not that they would run simultaneously.
Huh? No, about Islam, one about Christianity.
Yes, well, after one another. The first one is about the Quran.
This one is going to finish all day.
So.
Let me deal with it. Stand. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, when I clarify to him that in the Quran says to believe in 5
Big up 200 in the house.
Why he became Qur'ani. Now he wants to teach us that we should follow the Sunnah. But again, he never dealt with my point. I said, if you are fair and just, when we as a Muslim ask you the question, we are asking you a question from 4 authorities in the Bible. We're asking you Father's speech, God's speech, Jesus' speech, disciples' speech, and the gospel writer's speech. So there's 4 authorities. But you are asking us just one authority, which is the Quran. But guess what? Within the Quran, it tells us clearly, explicitly, to follow the Prophet Muhammad. Allah said the Quran is not befitting for the believer, male and female. If Allah legislates something, and the messenger, who again? The messenger legislates something to have another opinion. And the messenger of Allah clearly said that Islam is being built upon 5 pillars. And in order is Shahadatan. No Paul, no Abu Bakr, no Umar, no Hassan al-Basri, Prophet Muhammad, who Allah said explicitly in the Quran to follow his teaching. Allah said in the Quran that Muhammad does not speak from his own desires. He speaks from the revelation. Who's that? Yeah, Islam has been built 5 pillars. Prophet Muhammad said. Now, first of all, let me give many verses within the Quran explicitly, clearly says to follow Prophet Muhammad. Allah said, obey Allah, obey the Messenger. Allah said, if you differ, if you differ, we are different. In anything, referring to who? To Allah and to who? To His Messenger. Me and Bob, we are different. Our the 5 pillars of Islam. We go back to who? Allah said, go back to Quran, to Prophet Muhammad. The question, the 5 pillars. Prophet Muhammad said, Islam is being built 5 pillars. Shahadatan, the prayer, zakat, and the rest of 5 pillars. I answered the question clearly.
Okay, so,
Alhamdulillah.
so we'll come to what the Quran actually says. The Quran says in Surah 77, Ayah 49 and 50, woe that day to the rejectors of truth, then what hadith message after that will they believe in?
That paper boy in
So
the
it's
house.
saying that after the Quran, what will you
No,
believe
don't say
in?
Quran, don't lie. Say hadith.
The message. What
Yeah, the message.
Notice the interruption.
Yeah, don't lie, don't lie.
Stop my time.
Let's
Start
say
again.
Quran, that's the Quran, it's the Quran.
Notice.
Follow,
Notice. Notice the
Ah,
interruption.
sorry, jumping in.
Notice.
No, he said Quran, he said Quran. He said.
The message.
Yes, hadith.
What
is
message?
hadith, yeah.
What message?
No, message means speech.
What message? What
Anyway,
truth?
but remember, Bob is Bob.
No interruptions.
Why are you interrupting?
It's Bob,
you're
Bob,
interrupting.
paper boy. I mean,
You're interrupting.
some cartoon here.
You're
Bob,
interrupting.
paper boy.
Stop my time
Where
again.
is Hammer Simpson? There's no Hammer Simpson. Hammer Simpson here.
Notice with Shamsi, it's always theatrics. Always theatrics.
We're having that discussion.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, ladies and
brothers and sisters, copying from the best. So what we have is that Muslims demand of us clear statements about our beliefs. I have asked Shamsi to show me where it says that to become a Muslim, you have to say the Shahada. And secondly, I have asked him to show me where in the Quran it gives those words. Now please, Shamsi, the next time you quote the Quran, like the verse that you gave earlier about the 5 pillars, give me the reference so we can look it up. Okay? So we can pull it up. Now, the Quran states that what message, and the word there in Arabic can also be translated as hadith. After that, what is the that? It is the truth of the message of Islam in the Quran.
Not just Quran, not just. Let's speak on this.
Will they believe in the hadiths? The idea, notice his interruption again. The hadiths are the source of Islam. The Quran is used to construct things in exactly the same way that we Christians used to construct our own beliefs. So Shamsi is exposed as a man who works by double standards because he demands of Christians a level of evidence that he himself cannot work to. I would ask Shamsi then, since he doesn't want to answer the Shahada question.
I did.
You haven't. I'll state it again for you. Show me in the Quran where it says you have to say certain words to become a Muslim, and then where it shows what those words are. You haven't answered that question. Let me do another one. Show me in the Quran where it gives you the percentage that you pay in zakat. This is basics Islam, people. It should be in the Quran.
Finish. First of all, we see clearly that we are going around the circle. I answered this question many times. I said to him,
Can you make the circle bigger a bit?
Let me correct you. Let me correct you. Bob, let me correct you first before. Your argument will be valid if the Muslims were going around asking you only to show us where the Father said it. Yes, your argument will be okay. Because you'll be asking, hold a minute, you ask, no. Stop interrupting.
It's wrong now.
Stop interrupting.
It's wrong now.
I said, wrong now.
It's wrong now.
I apologize though. Anyway. So again, his argument will be valid if the Muslim are going around asking, show us where the Father stated it. But the Muslims are asking from the Bible, which contains how many authorities? 4 authorities. Again, Bob, you get to the point or not? Your argument is valid if we ask you only the Father. But we're asking you, the Bible contains 4 authorities. Because what we have to understand, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, when Jesus was teaching, he never carried the Bible, which Paul is carrying. Paul is committing bid'ah. It's innovation, Paul. Paul, Jesus' teaching was not enough. You kind of Bible which he never carried. Okay? So why you kind of Bible which contains speech of Matthew? Okay, I see how we do. Okay. Well, my point here is that so your argument to be valid, yes, if we have a full argument for one authority. Again, in the Quran clearly stated to follow Prophet Muhammad, and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said Islam is being built upon 5 pillars. So if you want me to follow the Quran is telling me to follow who? Who? Prophet Muhammad. So what are you going to do now? Bobby has bipolar. Like who? Jesus. He didn't know if he was God or man. One day he's God, one day he's a man. I forgive him for that. I overlook. Anyway, I'm not going to go around circle. I finished with it. Now, the zakat is mentioned by Prophet Muhammad as well, even in the Quran, clearly. So now, let us deal with Christianity.
Okay, so
I clarify.
ladies and gentlemen, let's be clear what brought me here. What brought me here? Notice the interruption, stop my time.
You start first. Yeah, خلاص, I finished. Yeah, خلاص, I finished. Take yourself.
See,
Take it.
he runs away.
No. I
He
finished.
runs away.
Not over Christianity.
Okay, this man is finished. I finished him up.
I finished it.
£1,000. You couldn't leave this man. £1,000.
I said for everyone. Look, the people who judge. We just go down the
Shamsi
circle.
came running to the park to debate me.
That's it. How long was it?
No, it's run away.
You finished your stuff. Paper boy, you stop. No, paper boy, listen. I spoke to him. I get on the way. خلاص.
You came to the park. I made a big presentation.
I get to your point.
You haven't dealt with my point.
Okay.
No, you haven't dealt with
You're
my
not happy with
point.
it.
You haven't dealt with my
خلاص, I'm
point.
leaving then.
You haven't dealt with my point.
That's it.
Yeah?
You want to ask me a question? Come this side.
He's running away.
He's running away.
He's running away. Let's be clear.
Stay here.
Let's be clear.
Let's finish. Bob is not happy with the answer.
He just theatrically.
Bob,
He
not
went
happy.
to the park.
Bob, I dealt with you.
Presentation.
No.
About wanting to have a debate with
Look,
me.
these guys
When
need
you
to
say-
When you have
No.
the chance.
It's
too heavy for you.
You're
a waste, Bob. You're a waste.
Why are you scared? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The master of the Dawah team running away from another debate. And let me explain why this is important. I'll tell you why. Because Muslims come to this park, they find Christians that Christians have clear proof text for all of our beliefs. That is what they do. That is the principle that they're
Here
working.
comes Shamsi again.
That is the basis.
I finish you. That's it, Bob. Bob.
No,
You have
wait,
to be just.
wait,
No, you have to be
wait,
just.
wait.
When you finish, I come
Wait,
back for
Shamsi.
Christianity.
Wait, Shamsi.
I come back for
Wait.
Christianity.
So, the fact of the matter is, when Muslims create a principle by which they judge Christian beliefs, it is fair, proportional, and just that we should take those same principles and judge their religion by them. And when we do, we find that Islam fails. Muslims demand of Christians clear proof texts for all of our beliefs. They demand one passage that shows the Trinity in clarity and completely. That's the principle they demand of us. They demand where Jesus says clearly, I am God, worship me. That's the principle they work to. So we can do the same to their Quran by demanding that the very basics of Islam, the 5 pillars of Islam, should be there clearly, completely, and without vagueness. And when we test the likes of Shamsi, he has got nothing. He's firing blanks, and he entertains himself with theatrics rather than substance. We find that Muslims build their idea of the 5 pillars from taking references over here in the Quran, and references over here in the Quran, and references over here in the Quran, and references over here in the Quran and bringing them together. But when we Christians do exactly the same for our belief in the Trinity, they say that this is invalid. So if it's invalid for us, it's invalid for them. If it is a valid way of reasoning for them, it is a valid way of reasoning for us. No, Shamsi.
I came back for Christianity
No,
now.
Shamsi.
I'm a Christianity now.
Oh, no.
I'm a Christianity.
So,
You're finished. No,
10 minutes. We'll give you 10 minutes.
No, 5 minutes. 5 minutes enough.
5 minutes.
Okay. Remember, we spoke about the 5 pillars. We'll go around the circle. It's enough anyway.
You spend half your time talking about Christianity, so I'm going to spend half my time talking about it.
No, but all the time coming to me. Alhamdulillah, by praise be to Allah. There's many Christians.
Muslims here who have become Christians. No. They're on video. Stop lying. I know it hurts, Shamsi. I know it hurts, Shamsi. There are many Muslims becoming Christians.
Can you show us one video?
Yes, look on Soko
I will
first.
show us a video when a Muslim in the park became a Christian.
No.
That's what I said.
Become a Christian. But they have become
How
Christians.
many Christians
That
have
is
become
valid.
Muslims?
That's valid.
That's what I said. Okay. Now, Bob.
On a technical point.
Okay, Bob. Now I want to discuss 5 minutes because I have to. Bob, you believe God is perfect?
Yes.
Well, you have to think about it.
Well, I'm just wondering how you're going to define perfect. But I think we probably.
Does God make mistake? Perfect.
Does God make a mistake?
No, God doesn't make mistake.
No, God doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, God is perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Does God change his nature?
Does God change his nature? No.
No. Okay.
What is his nature, Shamsi?
Okay, his nature to be perfect.
No, that's not his nature.
What is his nature to be imperfect?
No, his nature is love.
So God is love, just love.
No, there's more. There's more actually.
Okay. Is his nature to know everything?
No, that is an energy of his nature.
What?
Yeah, you see, the thing is, Shamsi,
Are you-
you're trying to debate me about. You're arguing against the God of the philosophers, not the God of Christian
Yeah, the
theology.
God philosopher, yeah. Because show me where Jesus said. Watch this. Show me where Jesus said, knowledge of God comes from his energy.
So, hold on 1 second.
Go on.
Hold
From the
on 1 second.
Bible. I like you from the Bible, correct?
Yeah.
You follow the Bible.
So, as Christians,
I'm asking you, show me where in the Bible.
as Christians, you don't get to define my faith.
I'm just asking you a question. Because you keep asking about the
Notice,
Quran.
these are your 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes.
These are your 5 minutes. Don't waste them.
I'm not wasting them. I'm
With
just
the
asking you
accents.
questions.
If
I
you
can
want
ask you
to
a question.
debate Christian theology,
Go on.
let us do it properly.
Okay, go on.
The nature of God is light, spirit, love. There are other attributes to his nature as well.
Okay.
Knowledge is something that as we
Big up the
human
270 in
beings,
the house.
it exists within the created order. Knowledge is a created thing.
I'm talking about knowledge of God.
Knowledge of God is a created thing.
Before God created the creation.
You don't understand Christian
No,
theology.
I'm just asking you. Correctly.
Yeah, I'm
Before
going
God, do you believe God's knowledge was created?
No, God's knowledge was not created.
That's what I'm saying.
But our knowledge of God is created.
Our knowledge, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about knowledge of God, God's knowledge.
God's knowledge?
Yes.
No, it's not created.
He knows everything all the time, correct?
Our knowledge of what he knows is a
I'm
created.
not asking you that, Bob. It's a simple
He
question.
knows things.
Everything
yes,
all the time,
yes,
correct, Bob?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I know where you're going.
Okay, you believe God
Yes.
is greater than anything.
Yes.
Greater than anything.
Yes.
Okay, so when God, you believe Jesus before he became a baby was God, correct?
Yes, God became a man. We believe that.
He
You
became a
know
baby.
we believe.
No, I'm just asking you, follow us up, please. Oh, no.
Yeah.
So when God became a baby,
Yes.
was he a baby before?
No.
So when he became baby, did he change?
Not his nature, no.
Okay, so is God nature a baby?
But his nature is not his knowledge.
I didn't ask you that. My question is
That's where you're going
No,
now.
no.
You're saying-
I'm
you're
asking you.
saying-
No, Bob, I'm asking you.
You're
You said
saying-
no, Bob.
What
No,
you're saying-
Bob, I didn't
what
say
you're
that.
saying, you're
Not put
trying
words
to
in my mouth.
define the nature
I said-
of God
no,
by his
Bob,
knowledge.
Bob, no. I
We
asked
don't
you.
believe
I
that.
just mentioned that.
We
Bob,
don't
I'm
believe
mentioning
that.
it clearly. You said God was a baby. Then he became a baby.
Yes.
Did he change?
His nature did not change.
Okay, is God nature?
What is his
okay.
nature?
Is God nature?
damn,
What is
true nature.
Listen,
God.
brother, why Christian? Why Christian? Hey, what Christian?
Now it's wrong. Now it's wrong. When his acolytes do it, it's fine.
Listen, is God nature to be smaller then sorry, yeah, then Mary, none of the womb, then Mary's vagina.
That is a stupid question.
No, it's not. I'm asking you a question now. Is God nature?
Because you
no,
believe
I'm not asking. Don't jump. Paper boy, don't jump. Is it Satan? No God. Okay, no God. Paper boy, Bob, the question, let me repeat again. Is God nature to be smaller than a woman's vagina?
Okay, can I respond now?
Yes.
Okay. Let me explain to everyone why this is a silly question. Let me explain why this is a silly question. Shamsi, it is a silly question.
Is that the woman's vagina? No.
He's gonna answer.
He doesn't want to hear the answer. He doesn't want to hear the answer. He doesn't want to hear the answer.
You are free man, remember.
Shamsi, you have asked a question. He has asked a question.
I'm sorry for
Listen
the
to the
audience.
answer.
I mean the woman private part.
Listen
Just to show you the
to the
stupidity
answer.
of Christianity.
Listen to
Woman
the
private
answer.
part, yeah.
Listen to the answer.
Go on.
Okay. Here's why it is a stupid question. If I take
Why do you tell him to not jump in?
notice the
He jumps
interruption.
in. He's jumping in.
Notice.
Be fair.
Do you want to
He's
hear my
jumping in.
answer?
Your 5 minutes is going.
He's jumping in.
Do you want to hear my answer,
5 minutes
Shamsi?
is going to answer.
Okay, so just as Shamsi ended the debate, I'm going to answer the question clearly and completely, fully, and then I'm going to stop. So, Shamsi asked the question, is it in God's nature to become smaller than a woman's
I
private?
didn't ask the question. No, that's not the question.
Okay,
no.
restate your
Let me
question.
question. My
Restate your
question is God nature to be smaller than a woman private part?
Okay, let me answer that. The reason why that is a stupid question is a stupid
That's not the answer. That's not the answer. Yes or no?
Doesn't want to hear.
Yes or no?
Doesn't want to
If it's
hear.
stupid, no. Say no.
When
If
you're
it's
ready,
stupid, say
when
no.
you're ready, Shamsi.
If it's stupid, say no.
When you're ready.
Okay, is it yes or no?
Can I answer?
Okay, yes or no?
Okay, so the reason why it's a stupid
I'm
question.
asking if it's stupid. I'm asking you. Yes or
The
no?
reason why it is a
Is it
stupid
yes or no?
Why
That's
doesn't
why
he
I
want to
walk
hear?
off from him because he doesn't answer my questions.
So the reason
yes
why
or
it
no?
is a stupid question. If I take H2O, what is the substance of H2O? It is its chemical compound. If I stick H2O into a square cylinder or into the vastness of the ocean, does the
H2O,
nature change? No, it does not.
Wait.
Now,
H2O, no.
this-
That's the answer. That's not the answer of my question.
This-
That's not the answer of my
Notice he
question.
doesn't want to answer the question.
Okay, no problem.
Now, obviously, this is an analogy. The nature of God is far more than water. However, the fact of the matter is, the substance of a thing does not change depending on where that thing is. H2O is H2O in whatever state it exists. The nature of God does not change by becoming a man. The problem with Shamsi's logic...
That was not my question.
The problem with Shamsi's logic is he thinks that our belief about God is defining God's nature by his knowledge. We do not do that. That is not what we do.
Okay, now we finish.
We're done. Have a good day.
No, don't run.
The light, I'm a trader.
He's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. So now let's go back to Islam. Let's go back to Islam.
It's my time to speak. I said 5 minutes. So for the people out there, I know Bob is going to
giving you more than
listen.
5
I use it as a bridge. I'm using it as a bridge to cross to you. And my question was still about Bob. God nature, is it smaller than the woman private part? Instead of yes and yes or no, he said it's a silly question. So if
It's not quantifiable.
Can I speak? Well, you can't. I know you don't
You're
want
alright
to
when
speak.
you do it.
You do
You're alright when you do it. It's no. Deal with what Christians believe.
Let me speak.
Not
Yes,
your
let me speak.
characterization
No, let me
like
speak.
button.
of what
Let me
Christians
speak.
believe.
Let me speak.
We Christians
Okay, see.
do not believe
He's scared.
that
He's
God's
scared. He's not being
nature
scared. Paper boy.
can be
Come on.
quantifiable
Paper boy.
spatially. We don't believe
He's
that.
scared of me.
So his
He's scared of me
argument
speaking.
is a
He's
straw
scared of me
man.
speaking.
So now
I'm
go on.
shouting.
Now
So
go on.
now the Christian believe
Oh, go on.
that
This is
Jesus,
good.
God became a man. Is that correct? Yes.
Yes.
He became a baby, correct?
Correct,
Okay.
yes.
Likewise, the Christian believe God nature does not change. Correct?
Correct.
So my question
Yes.
is God nature to be smaller than the woman private?
Stupid question.
Let me finish. The woman private part.
Stupid
The
question.
woman private part. Of course, I agree with him. It's a stupid
embarrassing
question. Why?
yourself, Shamsi.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
Yeah, you interrupt me plenty, mate.
So is that okay?
So, the thing is,
I was wrong.
Right, okay, so when I speak, don't interrupt.
Wait.
Okay, go on.
So now, I agree with him, it's a stupid question. Why?
Thank you.
Because it's based upon...
I win.
Let me finish. Because it's based upon a stupid belief.
But that's
That's
not
it.
Walking away! Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain to you why Shamsi's question is stupid. For his argument to work, we
Nothing.
Christians must believe that God's nature is defined by fatal limit. We Christians believe no such thing. God can be loci in a particular space. We believe that. So we have no problem with the idea that God can become a man. But let me expose Shamsi's hypocrisy. Because in the Quran, it states that on the day of judgment, that those in paradise will be glad to see their Lord. That's what the Quran says. So now let me ask every Muslim, is vision a created thing? If vision is a created thing, and the Quran says that you will look towards your Lord, then your Lord has entered into his creation. That's what your Quran says. In your book, why do you have a problem with God entering into creation in our book? Go and check that one out. I'll give you the reference.
Unless you're born again. How many verses is the Quran? How many verses is the Quran? 6,234. How many? How many? 6,234. 114 chapters. How many?
Like Jay Smith.
It's not Arabic. It's to Allah, alhamdulillah. Have you found out what your name is? You're doing your Bible now. Doing your Bible now. You come in late. Let's do the Bible now. Let's do your Bible. He's a Christian. Doing your Bible. He was a Christian. He left himself. Alhamdulillah. He was a Christian. Alhamdulillah. Yes, I was.
Creation. So why is it a problem if the Bible teaches that God has entered into creation? Once again, Shamsi works to double standards, and so do the Muslim apologists and polemicists working in the park. Brothers and sisters, we Christians believe in a God who loves this world enough that he would enter into it. Allah is a distant God, a foreign king who does not care enough about his creation and only sends viceroys to speak on his behalf. I ask you, which is a more noble a king? A king who would humble himself and speak to you in person, or a king so beset with his own prestige that he would never speak to you in person and only speak to you through messengers.
Oh my God, Sarah
You
Garvey in the
have a
house. What are you
choice
saying, bro?
about what
And
God
like
you
Sarah in the
believe in.
house.
And I think it is self-evident
I was in
about
Oxford Street.
which
Where you
I was
been?
like,
God
should I?
is
Should
better.
I saw you in the chat earlier. I didn't
God
believe
is
it.
I know, because I was in the West End. I
God
was
of
like,
Abraham,
I was
Isaac,
debating that. I was
and
debating that.
Jacob.
Okay,
The
Sarah
God
Garvey in the
Yahweh.
house.
Same old crazy.
Same old, bro.
Allah's
Same old,
God.
same old.
Muhammad's God.
Same thing, different
A
day.
foreign
Groundhog
God.
Day. Remember Groundhog?
Unknown to any of the prophets of Israel.
There you go.
But yeah,
man.
I
I've
leave
had no
that
debate.
choice with you.
Yet.
How are you?
Hey then, Bob.
Long time no see.
I know, I thought I'd drop in on a minute.
Yeah, me too.
You're always here, what are you talking about?
Always, not always.
You're always here, man.
How are you?
I'm good, man.
Yeah?
I'm good, man.
How's life treating you?
Life is treating me alright.
Good. How's the channel? How's the channel?
Yes, you have to survive, bro. Big up. Still in the house.
Yeah. Can't complain, man. It's going well.
Good.
I was in Oxford Street, I was like,
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Getting closer to being a Christian?
let me think about that. No. So that happened?
Well, I mean, that's pride and hubris. You don't know the future.
No, that's true. You can never say never.
Exactly. So you should
But the
not
way
say
I'm
never.
feeling currently, right now,
It looks unlikely.
no, it's not.
Looks unlikely. No, I get that. I get that.
Really close to being a non-Christian.
Good, thanks. You're right. Yeah, good to see you.
That's
I
pride.
haven't seen you for a while.
No. I said I'm no close.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You don't know what's gonna happen, though.
No, I don't know.
So
what
it can
to do.
happen.
Of course it can happen. I don't know my own
Muslims
faith.
will never say that.
I don't know my own faith. My faith is in the hand of God. Any Muslim who says, I'll never be this, I'll never be that, they're very proud. And they place themselves above God. How do they know their faith? How do they know what God has planned for them?
I mean, there's no.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's real religion that's based upon the fear of the Lord. You know the scriptures, they say,
The fear of it, Bob.
fear of the Lord is the beginning
We
of
shouldn't
wisdom.
have any fear, Bob. No fear.
This term fear, what do you think it means?
Go to the dictionary then.
Let's look at it at the biblical term. It's that kind of fear that your children have of you that is based within a loving context that says that if my dad says this and I do against that, that there may be some kind of discipline involved. That's a healthy fear, because the disciplines you lay down as a father is there for your children's
However,
benefit.
Bob, I'm a father, right?
Yeah.
My son's 7.
Yeah.
When I discipline him, I don't discipline him forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Of course not.
But your father will discipline you forever and ever and ever and
That
ever.
is not a discipline.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's not a discipline. When you're talking about hellfire,
That's right.
when you're talking about eternity in hell,
There you go.
that ain't a discipline.
What is it?
That's a punishment.
Okay.
That's a natural consequence of living your life in rejection of God. If you choose to live your life in rejection to God, God will appeal to you all the way through your life. But if at the end you decide this is not what I want, God will ultimately respect your free will because He gave you that free will. And you live with the consequences of it.
What if I told
The
you?
consequences
What if I
of
told
that
you?
are hellfire.
What if I told you that free will doesn't exist? Sorry. What if I told you that in the context of religion, free will doesn't exist?
I have some sympathy to the idea of predestination.
There you go.
However, I'm not totally sold on it. I think the truth lies somewhere in between. Like, I believe that you're free to choose within your choices, but you're not free to choose what choices you're faced with.
Okay.
Like, the world will present you with choices, you don't get to pick them.
Right.
If you end up with cancer, that ain't your choice. But you do have a choice about how you respond to it. Of course. So you're free to choose your choices.
Yes, guys. Loving it.
Within your choices. But you're not free to choose
So
your
has
choices.
God predestined you?
As my position between predestination and free will is that I've tried to summarize it as best as I can. The world will give me choices. I have no control over what choices the world gives me.
Who's giving who's putting our choices away?
Ultimately God.
So he's predestined.
Yes, but I have free will to choose if I respond X or Y. I have free will to choose if I go left or right.
So God doesn't have a plan.
No, I think God has a plan. Everything happens within God's wider will. So God's wider
This is where it gets a bit confusing.
No. Let me clarify for you. God's wider will is that you grow into his image and become his likeness. But you need to do that as a free moral agent. And that free moral agent... You know it's going to be on soft light.
Yeah, but I'm going to live stream it and see what's going on.
Yes, man.
I did not expect it today.
It's fine.
That's what happens when you roll up, Sarah. You're gonna live stream on your thing, yeah?
Because, to be honest, I haven't been here for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And I'm not coming back again this month. So I don't think it's a coincidence now where me and you have come on the same day, that me and you already have a rapport, and that you have ended up stood next to me today. I think it's because...
So that's not... You don't think that's coincidence?
I don't think that's coincidence. You were presented with choices, and you took certain choices, and those certain choices brought you here today. Yeah? So let me be clear about what I mean.
Go on.
So I believe that human beings, our destiny, our reason for existence is to reflect God's image on earth. And we need to do that by becoming, through the means of being a free moral agent, we need to embody God's likeness in ourselves, our character, but we do that freely. So that means we have to be presented with choices that have real consequences. Because a moral choice that doesn't have a real consequence isn't a real choice.
Go back to what I said. You say if God's got a plan, yes, and he's all-knowing.
That is the... I'm explaining. So there's this wide game that God is playing.
Are we playing a game?
Don't jump onto the phrase.
He's going to win, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. But don't jump onto the phrase.
Alright, go on.
Yeah? So God has this wider plan.
Yeah.
This wider plan is that you, through being a free agent, will choose to represent God's image on earth. Right? That's his wider game.
God's wider
Just done a bit of a film with it. He's looking for you really well.
He wants you to be that. But he wants you to so he has allowed you to make choices with real consequences.
You can't do it freely.
Yes, you have freedom.
Because from the beginning, if we go back to the beginning, your beginning according to you. When God created everything, he knew the outcome of everything before he even created it. Yes, before he even created it, he knew the outcome. Yes. So then,
It's a lot in the house. Big up, bro.
No, there is clearly,
Big up James as well.
there is clearly foreknowledge, but foreknowledge is not foredecision. God knows what choices you will make. Why? Why? Because He created you to do those choices, right? Because He's God and there's an energy of the fact that He's the creator. He knows all probabilities.
yeah, but he knows all probabilities before anything was created. Correct. Right. So he had a decision. No, he had to do the outcome. Or not create. He could have not created anything.
Well, hold on, 1 second. Can you act against your nature?
Let me go somewhere. You're coming somewhere. I'm saying, he chose.
Yeah, what you're saying.
Yeah, but he chose to create something. Yeah? Knowing what would be the outcome of it.
Yes.
So, if he created it, knowing the outcome, it's his will, not yours.
So let me address that point.
Yeah, raindrops
So
a
the
bit
statement that you made, you could have just chilled out.
Yeah, you're gonna chill out.
too noisy.
Creatures, beings, will act according to their nature. You'll act according to your nature. I will act according to right. Children will act according to your nature. Dogs will act according to their nature. God acts according to his nature, according to his essence, according to his being. And his being is love. His being, love is something that always creates. Yeah? Love is something that always shares. Love is something that pours out.
Yes, man,
And
that
its
raindrop.
energy is something that creates your love for your wife.
So are you telling me that God is bound by his need to create something?
His nature means
His nature is to create.
that he will create. So God will not act in against his nature.
So hang on, but that's the thing. So you're now telling me that God has an attribute which is creation.
No, sorry, you misunderstood. His nature is love. Love creates. You love your wife. You created children. You love your wife. You built a home. You love your wife. You do nice things for her.
I do that. I do that. No, I do that. I do that because I have a want, a need, a desire, or a requirement to do so.
So it's not love.
No, but it doesn't matter whether it's love. It's because I want to do it. It's because I need to do it. It's because there are all of these things going on inside me that want to do it. That I'm required to do it. There's a feeling inside of me that wants to do that. Yes. But hang on. But God is all powerful. You shouldn't be bound by those feelings, bound by those needs and wants, and all those desires and requirements.
1 second. Don't mistake the God of the Christians for the God of the Muslims. The God of Christian theology, not Muslim theology.
Okay, go on.
The defining characteristic of God's nature is that He is love. This is why we say as Christians, Deus est. Where there is love, there is God.
Right?
Yeah, everyone has experienced my God. Everyone has experienced.
It's being godly, isn't it? You're being godly when you love someone. Love, care, and understand.
God is love.
I love you.
Yeah, that's true.
Love always creates. Love always flows out. Love always goes beyond the boundaries of the lover. It can't do anything else. Would it be fair to say that all those needs and all those desires...
That sounds really human.
Wrong. You are made in the image of God.
No, because the reason why I say that is because God hasn't been proven. So this is what I'm trying to say. But human beings have been proven. We're here. We can look at all of our attributes, all of the things that we do, all of the things that we go through, and say, okay, we do have love, we do have mercy, we do have all of these things. But a God has not been proven, but we have, which is why God, I don't do the God created human thing. I do the humans created God thing. That's because it makes more sense.
So let's just deal with this image thing. Because it's important that we are made in the image of God to have an intelligible discourse about God.
Right.
Because if we are made in the image of God, we have a reference point. That reference point allows us to have an approximation upon which language can be meaningful. You see what I'm saying? Right. So an image is not the same as the one whose image it bears. I have a photograph on my driver's license. Right. That image looks like me. You can look at it and you can see me. But you would never say that the image is the same as me. But the image is exactly. The image is an approximation. Compare this Christian theology that makes intelligible conversation about God possible, and compare it to the folly of Islamic belief that says that man is not made in the image of God, and that God is wholly other from man. That means that any language that we use to describe God instantly becomes meaningless because we have no point of reference.
Right, okay.
Now, you said that God sounds a lot like a human.
Correct.
As a Christian, what I would say to you is that you sound a lot like God. Because you're made in His image. You're made and must grow into His likeness. That is our destiny as beings.
But that's a cool story though, but it's not one that can
Now
be
I'm
proven.
going to give you evidence.
No, I want proof.
I'm going to give you evidence.
I want proof of God.
I'm going to give you evidence.
Go for it.
Right.
Make me a Christian.
I want you. With all my heart, bro. I want you. Right. Let's deal with what we know, working from what we can agree. Right. And build forward. Agreed? Is that fair? Is that fair? Right. Do you agree that within the human heart there is aspiration towards the perfect? That our hearts desire and reach to something that isn't found physically in the world, but a perfection that lay beyond anything that we have actually ever experienced?
I don't understand that question.
So, for instance, you want to be the best father you can be. Yes. You want to be the best show host that you can be. Yes. You want to be the best human that you can be. Yes. Right, so you're aspiring to perfection.
Yes.
Have you ever encountered a perfect human being?
Never.
Have you ever encountered a perfect father?
Never.
Have you ever encountered a perfect father?
Never.
Right.
But you know why? Because perfection is subjective.
Right, hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Perfection is subjective.
I would
It's not an objective thing.
I would disagree.
Some people say Angelina Jolie's perfect.
That's beauty. We're not talking about stuff like this. That's beauty. But I agree with the subject.
Right. But perfection, just perfection is subjective.
Well, let's give you an example.
Whose version of perfection are we now talking about? What's perfect to Bob?
Right.
Is that what's perfect to Zara?
Let's give a real example.
All right, let's go.
Let's give a real example.
Let's go.
Would you say that peace and contentment is more perfect than envy?
More perfect than envy, yeah.
Would you agree with me that love is better than hate?
Yes.
Right. Would you agree with me that forgiveness is better than resentment? Right. So we know, and would you agree with me that the idea of perfect forgiveness means that you let go of all the accounts completely with no lingering.
Without holding on to it.
Yeah. Right. So me and you have both been able to recognise an objective perfection. Right. So there is.
No, but that's an attribute.
It's a direction that our spirit moves in. Now,
But hang on. You're saying, because I want to be a perfect father, or I want to be a perfect host, or I want to be a perfect human being.
in a world where you've never ever experienced anything of the sort.
Right, which shows that perfection is what? Unattainable.
Yes, I agree. That is exactly what the Bible says. It says that every man has sinned and fallen short of the glory of God.
Right,
Big
okay.
up Long
And
Day.
what is the glory
Big
of
up
God?
the chat.
It is His being. It is perfect. So we who are called to be in His image,
But that's a concept.
we who are called to be in His image and be in His likeness, to reflect God, fail to do so. But we know it's
Yeah, but
there.
God is a concept. So God is a concept of heavyweight. It's a concept of perfection.
Yes.
Right? But hang on. Okay. The concept, I can make a concept out of anything. I can say the spaghetti monster is perfect. Right? I can say that. And what perfection is, or tangibly show you what perfection is and how perfection is within that spaghetti monster, then it's just me just talking.
Now, Sora, this is where you've helped my argument.
Alright, go on.
Right? This is where you help my argument. I mean, this is respectful. Because I think when me and you, it's not about ego. It's not me. I've got nothing to prove. You've got nothing to prove.
No, go on.
Right? We're both experienced speakers here. So here's where you've helped my argument.
Go on.
Because if there is only the material world, and we are constructs of chaos, and we are constructs of a material world,
We're contracts of chaos.
if you don't believe that there's a guiding principle behind it, then you would say that it is by chaos that we are how we are. But let's not get down the sidetrack. Let's stick
Alright,
to
go
what we're
on.
talking
I might come back to that one.
The fact of the matter is, if we have no reference to perfection in the natural world, no observable perfection, no that it is within every human heart to aspire to it.
No, but
Wait, 1 second. Let me finish my point, sorry.
It's aspiring to be better.
Aspiring to perfection.
Aspiring to be better.
Yes.
Perfection is unattainable. We don't know what that is because, like I said, it's a subjective thing. No one can say anything is perfect. But you say God is.
Let me. What I am addressing.
It's a concept.
What I am addressing is that the human heart, for apparently no reason at all, in an atheistic worldview, aspires to something it has never experienced, that it has never seen, that it has never observed. My argument, this is where my argument is,
Right.
that the fact that that desire is in your heart and that you have been born with it, the Christian narrative, the one that has a God, makes more atheistic worldview would make sense of it. Because an atheistic worldview has nothing to explain its presence. But a Christian worldview does.
Alright, but listen to this. So, I have a concept that everything that you have, you must, before you leave, you must leave it in a better condition than the way you found it. Okay, right? So if you have a house, leave it in a good condition as the way you found it. If you have a child, leave that child in a better condition of maybe the way you had your childhood, etc., etc. So the strive to want to get better or to do better things is human. But you're putting it down to, oh, we are doing that because of God, because we are trying to, or we're trying to aspire to be like how God is.
I am saying that our nature is pointing towards God.
Yeah, but we don't know what that God is, though. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we
It's
do.
a concept.
We do.
We don't, though.
Wait, one second.
You believe something.
Right. I've given
It's written in a book.
No, hold on 1 second.
Doesn't mean that, you know, it actually exists.
1 second. Would you agree with me that that narrative that makes most sense of what we experience in reality is true?
Say again, sorry.
That the narrative that makes the most sense of what we experience in reality is true?
True to us, yeah.
It's true.
True to us.
Are you saying that you don't believe in an objective truth?
No one's been able to find one.
No, there's plenty of evidence for objective truth.
No, there's objective facts.
There's on the 10th.
And there are objective facts.
There's a street
Not because
kitchen,
everyone's got truth. Everyone
festival.
here's got truth, boss.
To do a homeless, got a lot of
But
musicians
obviously we
there.
know that
Muslims
no
got
one
truth.
Come along.
Yeah, I've got truth.
Yep,
I've got
11
truth.
o'clock in the day.
Are we in agreement on our truth?
No.
No, so where's the
we need to ask.
objective?
So we need to
We
ask.
have to do with facts.
So, yeah, exactly.
I accidentally bumped
Facts,
into this
that's what
person
I'm dealing
on a
with.
train.
In
And he
the
was going
Christian
there.
faith, the Christian faith is an ontological faith. Now you know what ontological means, right?
No, go on, explain to me.
Ontological means discourse about being. So the way that Christianity works is we say that God has a being, that we are made in the likeness of God's being, and that our raison d'etre as human beings, raison d'etre, the reason why we exist, why we're French, the reason for our raison d'etre.
Come on, you can pronounce it French.
Mexican Andy still here.
I am an Englishman, I would never seek to speak in a French accent. So the point of the matter is that
Do you know Noel Clark?
our raison d'etre
Do you know Noel?
is to reflect the image of God. Now, we as Christians believe that that nature is perfect.
Nature is perfect.
God's nature is perfect. And that we aspire to that perfection. Now, my evidence, one of my evidences for the Christian narrative being true vis-a-vis the atheist narrative is because I have an explanation that accurately fits the experience. We desire perfection. Right. The atheist, in a world where there is no God and there is nothing perfect, we've never experienced perfection and we never will, has no reason to explain why it is written into the human heart to aspire to be a perfect being.
To aspire to get better.
To be perfect.
Like I said, perfection is subjective. When you say the word perfect, we haven't found what perfection is.
No, hold on 1 second.
Perfection is it's a facility for something.
Let me talk about it.
What is perfection?
Okay, so we're using perfection as a general term.
Right.
But it's more properly applied in the terms of ethics to particulars. So, and this is why we went through that exercise earlier, where we talked about, is it better to forgive important things?
Move back! Come on, what do you want? Come on, what you want? Move away! 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 He's coming to me. He's coming to me. But he's coming to me. He's coming. He's fit to shut up. He's coming. He's fit to shut up. He's coming to me.
Chill, man. What are you doing, man?
It's not worth it. Oh, you're
Yes, man.
I've been all day, man.
Me too. I've been around, bro.
You guys are a piece of shit. It's not worth it.
Yeah, listen to Uncle Danjuma, bro. Trust me, fam. Allow it. The Mexican Andy wants to see beef.
You're Mexican Andy. Come here. You're not gonna ban me. Don't let me get mad. Come on, bro. I don't want to see a piece of shit like that. They're gonna ban you, and then you're gonna be laughing. Don't show this piece of shit, man. Come over here, Mexican.
Go Mex. Tex-Mex. Go on, bro.
You need Jesus in your life. Amen. You need Jesus in your life. Without Jesus,
Good work, see?
What was that thing?
No violence, we don't need violence. Blessed is the peacemaker. Yeah, we all help you. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Uncle. Yeah.
You good?
You good? Good.
he's gonna be laughing at me.
Yeah.
Listen, the rats, I'm going to go now.
All right, Mark.
I'd like to say, please come along to Finsbury Park on the 7th of September at 11 o'clock in the day to 6 o'clock at night. There's going to be a lot of homeless people there. There's going to be bands, and they're raising money for street kitchen, people who've got nowhere to live. You know, and I hope that I can have a little deal with my solicitor with Barking and Dagenham. I would sing you a song. Do you want me to sing you a song?
Go on then, mate.
All right, what should we sing? Well, it's one for the money, two for the show, three to get around now, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. We
Big up, Nanifa.
will lay here for my blue suede shoes. I'm losing my voice, I can't. Anyway, listen, I can sing it, I can. How about this one then?
Yes,
how about
big up.
this one? Standing here on my own again. I'm straight in the sunshine. No need to run and hide. It's a wonderful, wonderful life. No need to run and hide. A wonderful life. Oh, I need a friend. Oh, I need a friend. You saw me standing. Here am I on again. I'm straight in the sunshine. No need to run. It's so wonderful, wonderful life. Need to run. Anyway, I can't, my throat's going. I can sing it, I really can. You know, I do a Bowie track, I do a bit of Bowie.
Yes.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Big up Mr.Rax.
Commencing countdown to engines on.
Big up.
And may God's will be with you.
Yeah, Hatoum just apologised for those guys
This is
grabbing my phone and that, being Christians, but no, it's calm, fam.
Really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time. I've really gone too wide. I can't, honestly.
Cheers,
please,
mate. Big
please
up,
believe me, I'll prove it to you.
Big up, man, that man.
You've done good, man.
Big up, big up.
Big up Mr. Rax.
Let's sing this last bit. Though I've passed 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still, and I think my spaceship knows just which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much. You know, ground control to Major Tom. Your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Oh, am I floating in a tin can? Far above the world.
Lovely bit, big up. Kay said hello, lovely bit.
Anyway, that's
Big
right.
up, Mark. Cheers.
Anyway,
nice one.
that, you know, I can do it properly.
Try and make it down on the 10th.
Listen, please go down. I love you, Rax.
Big up, big up. Cheers, mate. Big
We've
up.
done some good today.
Big up,
Nice to meet
big
you.
up, man like Mark.
I'm known now as Lord Rock and Roll Mark because I have got a coat of arms.
right.
Look up my coat of arms.
Yeah.
Wolsey.
Lord Rock and Roll Mark.
Yeah, I'm calling myself that because I'm not being taken serious. And I want to make it a better world.
Big up, bro.
Love
Big up, big up. Big up, Mark. So we're still going at it, bro.
Okay. And from sorry. And you're going.
Oh, that's all right, bro. Let everyone else get it, man. What's happening? Yeah, Sarah's still going. Yes, right. These guys still going at it.
Chapter 17? Yeah. How old is Sarah?
Push first. Not Sarah, forget Sarah. Just show me. I want to show you.
What's your name? Nelly in the house. Hatoum, big up Hatoum. Sorry, bro. You're right.
Very simple question. If the Quran was copied by the Bible, please kindly tell me. That's my point. That's my question. It's a strong struggle. It's made of steel, yeah? Very simple question. If the Quran was copied from the Bible, why did the Bible say at the time of Moses is a Pharaoh? Pharaoh. At the time of Joseph, it's also a Pharaoh. So at both times they're Pharaoh. Good. So, the Quran says the following. Now, imagine the Quran is copied by the Bible, yeah? But for some reason, the Quran says, no. At the time of Moses, it's a pharaoh. At the time of Joseph, it's a king. Now, the question I need to ask is the following. The Quran is copied from the Bible, but the mistake the Bible makes, the Quran doesn't take. Can you logically explain to me why?
Yeah, I'm just helping him with his.
He says the church is right. Yeah, when the man is the head of the household.
Where did you get baptized, sir?
One second.
Okay, sir, I just don't want you to just insult and lie about my secret. I'll let you speak and I'll take you off.
No, I wouldn't.
I'm feeling nice street now. Thank you for the compliment.
For those who was here,
Looking nice, that's subjective.
for those who was here earlier, and for the camera, are you going to share this whole video?
Yes, hopefully.
Okay, so if you share the whole video, you'll see what's happened here. I didn't make the point Ali just made. I said, we spoke about that, Ali just brought up, I answered that, and we went back and forth, we disagreed, I showed you your inconsistency, we didn't accept it, so you moved on to the next point. But then no, my point is this, is that in the Quran, it says that Dul-Qarnayn, which in the Arabic means 200 one, found the place where the sun sets. We know that story is found in the Alexander romances and the Syriac writings. Muhammad plagiarised that story in the Quran. Unfortunately, Ali couldn't answer the question, so he's run back to the Bible. Answer the point. Okay, can you show me the discrepancy? No, it's not discrepancy. It's plagiarism.
Okay, can you show me the paper?
Yes, it's in one second. I'm going to say one more time. It's in the Syriac writings and the Alexander romances. That story was well known. That story was well known. Okay. Muhammad then copied that story, placed it in the Quran and said Alexander the Great was a good Muslim. Alexander the Great was a pagan.
Okay, no problem. So then I can see, for example,
That is the problem. That is the problem.
and as you can see, brothers and sisters, very simple, yeah? I want to make something very clear. Allah says in the Quran, not all of the Christians are the same.
Just answer this
Right
question.
here, where you can see these people, these are...
Just answer this question, sir.
If I go to... No, it's not here. That's why something's
Just answer this question, sir.
The Trinity, for example.
He's not asking you that question, sir. Answer this question.
Can I answer the
Answer this question, sir.
So now,
Why are you
the
freaked out
Trinity,
from
it
the
has some
question?
connections to pagan Romans. You know this? Oh, it doesn't. So, for example, the Romans did not believe in, for example,
It
the
is
sun.
not about
One second.
Alexander the Great,
One
sir.
second. No.
Funny you troll. Pretend whatever. Shut up.
The Romans believed that there was a sacrifice needed.
So answer this question.
I'll answer again.
Answer this question.
Very simple. You know, that's why you don't want to answer. You know why? Because when you
Sir,
bring this
answer
argument,
this
what you're
question.
doing is you're getting a shotgun
Why
and
are
going
you
bang.
not answering this question?
Let me tell you why. Because
Why
you're
are
making
you
an
not
argument
answering
for
this
the
question?
Here it
Why
writes in
are you not
Alexander
answering this
Romans or
question?
whatever, yeah? This look how weak the argument is, yeah? In the Quran, it talks about Dul-Qarnayn. Okay, the same story is where in Alexander's what Romans? Okay, one second. Alexander's romances. So if you have an intellectual discussion, and if I was to come and bring that, if I imagine I'm having a debate with a nice gentleman like James White, and I said to him, you know what? Your Bible is being borrowed by Bhagavad Gita's Hindu scriptures. What are you talking about? Hold on a second, here's my evidence. There's a story in the Bhagavad Gita, and the same is taken from the Bible. James White will laugh at me. You say this is the most pathetic, childish. Let me finish. Look, go to James White and tell him this, he will laugh at your face. Let me tell you why. And another point is this, now you're in trouble. Why? Because the point of the whole Trinity, go to the Romans and the stuff they believe in.
Why are you running from the point? Answer my point.
My friend, did you not say the Quran took it from
Yes.
Then can I not say the Trinity, one second. Okay, alright. Do you have any evidence?
Yes, it's in the Alexander.
Catch that on Ali Dawas a bit later. Sorry, man. See what's going on there. Paperboy and Lamine.
That God, for instance, was the...
That's right, I'm cool.
I would now ask you, as if you believe he's got energy.
Let me deal with that. The point that I made to you is very clear. Thermodynamically, and you can go away and research this, Sarah, I'm going to be proven right. You cannot have infinite movement. One second. Movement is a form of energy.
Yes, it's a form of energy. But energy does one thing, which is transform into different.
Let me finish. Movement is not infinite. Thermodynamically, it's impossible. The expansion of the universe cannot be an infinite. Are you hearing me? I'm hearing you, but you're interrupting. Let me finish my point and deal with it. There is no basis on which we can believe in an infinite universe.
Does potential energy move?
Potential energy does not.
Can't really hear nothing.
But once potential energy,
I like Mako in the house. I like Mako.
come on. You good?
Yes, man. What are you saying? See Sarah over there, man.
Yeah, man.
Sarah in the house.
Big up MistaRax every time.
Fairy tale killers in the house. Uncle Omar in the back with the bird feed. You got more, Uncle.
This is for Daj, the dirty pigeon.
He's there.
This is great on ya. This is for Sheikh One.
Not involved, bro. That's I'm free from this.
Sheikh One. TYO. The dirty pigeon.
These are done. All they're dropping are seeds, no more bombs.
I feed his
They're
family.
done out here. All the jihadis can drop now are
feed
seeds,
his
no
family.
bombs. The bombs can't come anymore, they're done out here.
I feed
The only thing he's dropping now are seeds. No bombs, no bombs.
He took my Montclair jacket. That way,
You got your shit nicked. Ah, nah.
He got it.
Oh well, chief. Oh well.
We are happy. Look what we reduced him to.
Look at the vision. Look at the vision. Shit. Look at his eyes.
Look what's up to the jihadis.
the hellfire. I don't worship you. White power from the suckers of the
He's going down at the Red Sea now.
Thank you.
Do you know what?
Are you another?
We're having a bird seed over here.
Another pigeon.
I'm full up now.
Another pigeon.
Oh my God, he's actually eating. Can you actually eat it?
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes, man. Look at his eyes.
I'm sober though, not like big ass.
Look at his eyes.
No,
Look
I'm
at his
sober.
eyes.
I'm sober.
Get the eyes, man. Get the eyes. Get the eyes.
Yeah, thank you. He's talking like he's my girlfriend or something.
Great Dunya. TYO. Sheikh One. Hasif, come to the dead pigeon.
Shaitan.
Come to the pigeon. Come to the Dunya. Gutta. Punjabi Gutta. Punjabi Gutta. Punjabi Gutta.
Meaning he's a bitch. Look at the state of the jihadis today. Look. You got bombs. He's dropping seeds into the bombs. He's got bombs. Now he's dropping seeds into the bombs. We've won. We've won the war against the jihadis. The bombs have stopped.
Look
The
at this.
seeds have started.
Can you get his smell? Can you get his smell in the video?
Yeah, we got rid of them. Look at the state of it. Oh, it's turned to a bird as well.
Look at the side.
Oh, don't do it. No,
Look at the side.
It's all. He tried to hit me with a stick.
He could be bullets in that.
He tried to hit me with a stick.
Oh, I don't worship.
It's the plain stick that
Oh, the white power.
I know, still got blood in it. The coppers.
This is the bullet.
The police has blood.
This is the big bullet.
What's that?
This is the bullet. This is the Quran will burn you.
Oh my goodness. Is that the bullet?
This is the bullet.
Do you believe that?
This is
Do you
gonna
believe that?
burn your body, man.
I'll invite you for dinner. Can we eat later?
Bring all your family.
Look, the pigeon's loving it. Look, the pigeon's loving it, bro. Pigeon's loving it, bro.
Rush, sister. Rush, sister. Rush, come. Where's the mother? Come. Your brother, don't go.
The only good thing the jihadis done in their life was feed a pigeon. Well done.
I am feeding his family, man. I'm feeding his family.
Hold on. The only good thing you ISIS supporters have done is feed a pigeon. That's it. Is he allowed?
Before I go.
Oh, he's allowed.
Before I go.
He's allowed. He's allowed. How much more you got left?
Pigeon.
You know what? Yeah, I'll pull up.
I feed all your family. All your family have meal on me. All our
I'm
family.
gonna eat this for the next year. I'm gonna have birdseed sandwiches, birdseed with pakora, birdseed and samosa, birdseed with chips. You name it. I'm
The
gonna
Islamophobe, dirty bastard. Dirty bastard.
He hates Shias.
Look at his eyes.
He
Look.
hates Shias and he's calling me Islamophobe.
Look.
He's calling me an Islamophobe. Oh yes, yes. You know what? Yeah. How much longer can you go for? You know what, yeah? This is a pathetic old man who wants to take over the UK with Sharia, but he's turned into a freaking one lunatic chucking birdseed on the phone on Sunday.
Get his eyes, man, please.
Check them. He wants to go on a date with me.
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes.
He's talking about me like I'm some girl. Look at his eyes.
He's wearing suit, Oxfam suit. Look, the idiot looking Oxfam suit. Look at the tie, man.
Suleiman in your bag.
Look at the tie.
Suleiman's in his bag.
600 years.
Suleiman's in his bag.
600 years old tie. Look at the tie.
Where is your donkey? Where is your donkey with the first coat?
Is Suleiman in your bag? Is Suleiman in that little bag?
Oxfam suit. Look.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, look what the jihadis
What's
are
wrong
doing.
with that? You're mocking everyone.
He's trying to be sexy.
He's mocking everybody.
And he team up. He's trying to look sexy and team up with
This is how he chats up people.
You know what?
This is his dating technique. This is how he like chats up girls and guys and
Matting.
Oh, Sarah, you're back. Are you going to stop being childish characterizations?
No, but it doesn't make sense, man.
Because you're not, you engage with what I'm saying. Okay. The universe is expanding. That is a fact. The reality. Yeah, it's in the Bible. It says, I am the Lord thy creator, I have created all things by my power alone, I have stretched out the heavens. Doesn't say that movement ever stops. So that's what the Bible says. That's what the Bible says. In Isaiah.
Is Bible science?
No, it's better than science. It's better than science.
It's not science, it's not history, it's not factual.
No.
Guys, I don't agree with you.
Let him make his point. Let him make his point. Let him make it.
So the universe is expanding. The limit of our observable universe is directly connected to the speed of light.
Right.
The universe is expanding at a rate faster than the speed of light, which means that those things that we can observably see are shrinking.
Right, okay. That we can see.
Yes, the observable universe is getting smaller
Right.
because the rate of expansion is greater than the speed of light.
Right. Okay.
Okay, now, in terms of expanding into, within our space and time, okay, we know that the universe is expanding, but the term expanding into
Yes.
breaks down.
Okay.
Because our understanding of space considers the entirety of the universe.
But you said there's an edge to it.
There is definitely an edge.
Right. Bloody hell.
Let me just ask a quick question.
Hang on.
If the universe is expanding,
That edge may not be defined spatially. Just so you.
Hang on.
guys, quick question. Nothing to interrupt. If the universe is indeed expanding at the speed of light, doesn't that mean that we shouldn't see the planets around Earth already? If all the universe is expanding at the speed of light, it means all the space is spreading at the speed of light.
I don't want to do a physics lesson.
Wouldn't see the
I can do a physics lesson.
the solar system.
No. I can do a physics lesson if you want to, but that's not really what I want to speak to Sarah about. Right?
We're talking about the expanded universe.
I think I understand what you mean. I think I understand what you mean. You're right. If you use
got an edge.
what I think you mean, you're
I
right.
have an edge.
Just explain it.
So in terms of, it's what we call dark energy.
Yes.
Dark
Let's
energy.
go to dark energy.
It's called dark energy. It's unobservable energy in that we cannot detect it. But what it would seem to be, in the vacuum of space, there is energy connected to the distance between things.
Right.
And as they get greater, the energy that is being put into that expansion increases.
Right.
Okay? And so it has now reached a point where that expansion is actually faster than the speed of light.
Right.
Okay? So it means that the thing is moving faster than the light has time to travel towards for us to observe.
Right.
Okay? Now,
Let's get to the end.
let me just
I want to know what's going on at the end.
Right, and where is Earth?
in the universe.
No, in the Milky Way.
Correct.
Right? Yeah, so anything we're observing cannot be more than the Milky Way.
No, we can see things much further.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. With telescopes, with radiography. But anyway, I don't want to get into physics. I want to come back to Sarah. I want to come back to
Bob, this
Sarah.
ain't going well for you, my
No,
friend.
it's not going well for you. It's not going well for you. Let me give you another reason why we can know that there is something beyond our created reality, beyond pantheism.
Right.
I'm going to give you a reason now.
Yeah.
That we can know.
Yeah.
We know that there's something beyond pantheism.
Yeah.
It's this.
Yeah.
You know that we use maths to describe cosmology.
Right.
Right? Central
Yeah.
to all of those mathematical formulas, and used in many mathematical formulas, even basic ones, that allow us to make sense of the universe, to predict its laws and what it will do next, is the theorem of pi. You know what pi is?
Yes, it's 3.14 and it continues.
Now I'm not a mathematician, so I don't want to set myself up for a fall.
Someone help Bob.
But if I remember
Too late.
if I remember correctly, it is the idea of finding the circumference of a circle. But it is predicated, get this, are you listening?
Listen.
It is predicated on something that doesn't exist, which is a perfect circle, an infinite circle, an infinite sphere. That's why pi goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So in other words, cosmology, as in central to our understanding of everything that exists, is using a theorem of something that doesn't exist, a perfection, a perfect sphere,
I already told you perfection doesn't
perfect
exist.
circle.
But we spoke about perfection never existing anyway.
So no, my point is, within a
Bob,
pantheistic...
you've been talking for a while.
Okay.
All right. So now my question to you is, now that you've stated unequivocally that there is an edge to this universe, I would now ask you, what is outside that edge?
Okay, I have no grounds to say what is outside of the universe.
Okay, would God be out there?
God is everywhere, so he's
So he'll be out there too?
Yes, and everywhere else.
Okay, so using our logic now, okay, let's use our logic.
Let's lose our logic.
If there is an
I like
edge,
logic.
if there is an edge to something,
Yes.
and you say that there's an outside of space,
Correct.
is there space there?
So let me address that point. Let me address the point. The boundaries of the universe may not be defined by spatiality. The boundaries of the universe may be defined by another frontier, such as an energy frontier, or such as a gravitational frontier, or a time frontier. What I'm saying is, when you start stretching to the edges of what we know,
Right.
the laws that we understand the universe to work by begin to break down.
Right.
So what I'm saying to you is the question does not make sense.
So basically you're saying, outside the universe, we have absolutely no idea what rules it's living by.
But it will be a space.
It could be anything. Upside down, up could be down could be
But
up,
the
left
universe-
could be right could be
But
left.
it will still be a
universe is
space.
expanding.
Right, but that's what I'm trying to say. But
And that is a
there
fact.
would still be a space.
Because it's not in that space.
The word space is connected to three-dimensional space. Would you agree?
Yes.
Right. So when we stop operating within three-dimensional
You know
space,
the answer you got to give Bob is just say I don't know.
I just
That's
did
your
say,
answer.
I did say that. I said I don't know.
That's the game.
But
You
no,
just
but
didn't listen.
you said
I said I had no
Yeah, but you
reason to
grounds,
state what is
yeah.
outside.
No grounds to state.
If we go back to the point I was making before about not knowing God, yeah, and not knowing that God exists. Remember, I said to you earlier on in the conversation that man creates God, not the other way around. Not
Yes.
God creates man,
Yes.
right? So what we're now doing is we're talking about an I don't know. That's what you're talking about, Bob. But you're talking about an I don't know with such vigor and such confidence, right? As if you know what you don't know.
Hold on, bro. One second.
I don't understand that. It's like
Because
and let me just Muslims talk about it with confidence as well. The difference between you and Muslims, they will talk about something they don't know in such confidence and kill people for it. And that's, to me, is crazy. To kill people for something that you don't know don't make no sense to me. You're not going to kill me, I don't believe you are. But the confidence in which you talk about something that you don't know as if you know it,
our confidence.
it's commendable. It's commendable. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's commendable.
Let me deal with this point. Because our faith inspires us to do good.
Right, okay.
So our confidence in our belief is something that has inspired us to set up hospitals and schools and missionaries and to bless people. And you know, like many of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church who went around spreading Christianity in Africa.
And how did they do that? How did they do that?
What? By setting up monasteries. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church spread Christianity themselves.
We're talking about colonization, but you know, we can go into that.
But that's what he meant by missionaries, but he forgot that an African church was the first to send out missionaries.
The African church is probably the oldest church.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's as old as anything found in Europe. Christianity wasn't European.
Bible.
Yes, they have the New Testament.
Then to me, it's not too much of it is. How can I Paul is writing?
Well, that's a separate topic entirely from the
that sounds like it makes sense.
It's got nothing to do with it.
Yes, I swear I saw Isa here as well earlier. Ah, there he is. Yeah, Isa and them, man. Yes, so Lipa Bukaki. Yes, right, what are you saying? Do me a favour, you're right, bro. Do me a favour. Let me just get out of corner, hold on. Can you just get out of corner? Hold on.
Out corner. Can I do my one again? Out corner.
Whose corner?
Out corner. What you say? He said back to let's corner again. Rax, let me do my
You
one
want to do
again.
yours again? Alright, hold up. Whose corner?
Out corner.
Do you want to take a picture?
Big up. Cheers. Cheers, big up, guys. You in, yeah, Isa? You gonna come in? Yeah. Big up, man, like Isa. Yeah, I'm working on the extended version of the our corner. You get me? So I'm getting more people.
بس ما توداش عمان احسن والله العظيم تعدي البشر اللي هناك.
Yes. Ash, man, like Ash, what you saying? See the man them there, yeah? What's going on? Man like Shakara in the house. Shakara and IC3.
Yes, that's right. So when Hannibal was arriving, they think oh, we just got a big army and then marched into Rome.
Let's have a quick walk around, man. Sorry, bro. Yes, bro. You alright, yeah? Right. Dust. Ralph's still here. What are you saying, Ralph? What are you hiding from?
MistaRax.
What's been happening?
This boy's run away to university.
Oh, is he?
The far right have lost half their population.
Alright. What have you been doing all day?
Vodka here.
Oh, yeah?
How many people now? Susan?
226, I think.
Omar. Where's Devilman? Come, Devilman. Come, Devilman. Where's Freddy? Where's Gang? Misguiding.
Madman like Ralph. There you got Ahmed there as well. He's still there. I like Hudson in the house.
Yes, MistaRax.
Yes, Hudson.
That's right. Exactly.
Yo, MistaRax.
Yes, bro.
Yo, I'm glad you're MistaRax today, okay?
Is he
See
needed?
me, brother, yeah?
Yes, Hudson.
Him only faith strongly, you know. And him can tell us,
Can I get one thing from him? Hold on.
Yeah, man.
Can I just get our corner?
Oh, say,
Can I get an our corner? Hold up.
This is our corner.
Oh, this is our corner.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah, hold up.
So we
I'll ask you, hold up.
Yeah, sure.
Whose corner?
Our corner. Ash and mine.
That's right.
Our corner.
Our
Not Peter's corner, our
Our
corner.
corner.
So if
Go
you
ahead,
come
sir.
over here, it's our corner.
Our
But
corner.
you're welcome.
There you go.
So no,
Yeah, sure.
no, when we say to them, say,
Yeah.
let's follow Christ teaching. All of them like to talk about Christ, but nobody wants to follow the teaching.
Hold on, I'm gonna slip away. One take. Man like Daniel in the house. Look at Modi going mad. Yes, bruv, what are you saying?
The biggest
You good, yeah?
sacrifice will be on the Euphrates. This is in the Bible in Iraq, in the Euphrates. Imam Hussein, who is the great grandson of Abraham, was slaughtered.
Filming the thing, you get me? Yes, big up everyone. 215 in the house. Oh, go on.
The Quran says that. Guys, I need to go, man.
I don't see Jeddah in the park, I think.
I said before we debated. No, before what happened? No, before. What happened? He said Esther
Yeah, she was in the chat.
Why can't a Muslim man marry?
You want to say it right? She's in there. Big up to Doubly Beard from K. Get me, you can say it yourself. Big up, big up.
You came here talking to your sister. Yes. And I heard you were saying. Yes. And I came. Yes. Yes. And then you came on the property bed. You came for the day. And the women in the sister. Yeah, exactly. When I'm but what are evidence? What are evidence? It's on the YouTube. It's on the YouTube. I called the person. You see, extensively. He has to read his Bible. Let me ask you one more question. No, question. Do you believe women are deficient in intelligence? Do you believe your sister is deficient in do you believe your mother is deficient in intelligence? Look. Proper debate. He said Tawheed. He said Tawheed. Running away. You are running away. Islam. You're running away.
Nah.
Let's debate.
It's not ready. It's not ready, man.
Let's debate. What a shame.
It's a shame.
What a shame.
It's a shame, man.
What a shame. What a shame. You see, he hasn't read his Bible. He hasn't read his Bible. He hasn't read his Bible. You see, now he's resorting to war. He's resorting to nastiness because I expose him. I expose him. I expose you. I expose you. You haven't sold a single word to the Bible. No, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's running away. Are women deficient? The man came to one now he's running away. He's got 3 months I've been here. I came, he's running. Tawheed, you want? Tawheed, you follow me with Tawheed. The reason why I came.
He will tell you, man. Sarah and them man still going at it. Mansour, I think. Yes, Ali.
So let me repeat my question so you can understand. That's why.
But I have the where will you be on that day if you don't believe Mulumba? If you believe our Lord Jesus Christ, why don't believe Mulumba? Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Jeez. Smell that, Sam. Man, that Pavlov still going.
Still going in a circle, that's what it's going.
There's an inconsistency in your belief.
All that I'm going to come back to you.
They're looking for a perfect never-ending circle. This is the perfect never-ending
I'm
circle.
not working with I don't know. You see, when you get to I don't know, this is what human beings do. Every human being can say I don't know. And if I say I don't know, that gives carte blanche to create a story. Correct. You can create a story now. Yes. Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you what it was. It wasn't spaghetti monster. It was spaghetti monster. Well, it's just monster. Let's go. You know, no, I'll tell you what it was. It was God. It was God. It was Yahweh. Yahweh. It was just, oh, who was it? Allah. Because you don't know, you can create a story. See, if I can create a story right now, boy, on what the I don't know is. I probably have a couple of people following me. Yeah. But and I need money, so let's see.
And that incident, that's exactly how Scientology started. The guy who founded Scientology said there was no quicker way to make money than to found a religion.
No, well, that's not all religion stuff.
Now we're talking.
No, hold on one second.
That's not all religion stuff. I don't know. Sorry. You got a whole religion based on I don't know.
We got Afghan Mo in the house. Mo still here, chilling. Isa. Right.
These little monkeys want to come and tell. I'm saying, they're trying to say, they get their information from here and there. We've got our people. So listen, no.
Good, bro. I'll leave them alone to do their thing. You alright, yeah? Yes. Hello. There's Hashim there as well. You alright?
He always likes to bump into you. He always likes to brush up you.
Shams on paper, boy. Ali, walking around, what's going on?
Checking out the park.
Yeah? Who you debating?
See these guys, they have bangers. Yeah?
Yeah.
I had to go tell them to take it down.
Oh, what, these? Because they had them on the railing. Yeah, that was on the
Police
railing.
didn't say nothing. I had to go and say, oh, what about this? Oh, we'll take it down now. It's because I'm a Muslim.
Oh. He wants to go for Ali.
Where's TNT?
He's over there, man. He's looking, has he gone? Yeah, he's gone, man, he's gone. That's an hour ago. Yes. Oh, bruv, what are you saying? You're going there? Do me the thing though. Do me the out corner thing. The out corner. You say out corner. Hold up. Hold up. Yeah. Hold up. Who's? No, I don't get that. Whose corner? Bam. Big up. Nice one, bro. Big up. Big up, Sarah in the house. Yeah, man. Come in and did a quick Bob the Builder. Yeah, big up anyway, bro. Catch you soon.
So, who has the exclusivity on mathematics then? No one. It's a universal reality. Not the master builders. Anyone can discover. The master builders. There've been no master builders since. You know what I'm saying? Everyone can build all over again. Build a pyramid. Stop being disingenuous.
Look. Beef. Whip him. Whip his ass. Andre. Arriba.
Why did you fornicate?
Andre, arriba.
Hey, I got the You, America, and John Cena, and Donald Trump, all of you. I'll put you in my pocket. Modine, even though I got 16,000 dislikes on my John Cena video, which is on my channel Modine, I've got another video of John Cena on my channel Modine, and it's got so many likes that the dislike button is it's not even being touched. So go on my channel and press the like button. Don't forget.
Magic. Anna.
As it said.
Okay, take on boy.
Start from the whole
Shamsi's running.
Okay, so
Does it say, can you quote for me? Like
the hadith, I'm gonna start.
under verse, Surah 2, 2,
No, the surah talking about specific matter. When the legal matter, you bring a woman, you bring two witnesses for man. If there is no man, you bring two women and one man. Okay, but so the hadith of Prophet Muhammad said, the word that is being used as efficient doesn't mean stupid. With the hadith explained, he said means when there's two witnesses, a man, the testimony is equal to two women. Okay, that specific matter. Okay, but
he said because
no, that's not the hadith. The hadith says that's English. The hadith says the hadith explains.
what did he say?
That's what I'm saying. The hadith said Prophet said you are deficient because of your testimony is equal to one man, two women. That's
I understand the concept. I'm asking why. If God created man and women equal.
I understand that. It's a specific issue with the verse. Okay.
You curse a lot and you do not appreciate your mate. So they're talking about partnership.
Okay.
I've never seen those who have shortcoming in mind and religion controlling those who have sound minds other than you. She says, O Messenger of Allah, what is the shortcoming in mind and religion? So it's not deficiency, it's shortcoming.
Shortcoming.
That's
a good one.
Like
No.
a less,
Okay,
and
explain.
it's a hell full of women.
No, explain. No. There's more women.
Remember, that's the second point. That's the
Second
same.
point. Yeah, remember, she's now to champion. Can you deal with 1 point?
Yes.
Okay. So this, thank you very much. It was good translation. This one. Come in. He's not happy. Look. Hatred for Islam. Hatred. He will kill us. If he's allowed to kill Muslims. Right. No, he's not.
So now instead of deficiency, it's a
It's
shortcoming.
shortcomings, yes. That's a
Okay,
good one.
so shortcoming is still a less than. So if something's perfect or if something's good and there's a shortcoming, it means it doesn't reach it.
No, it doesn't mean
And
all the
we
time.
know we can infer from that it's two women.
Are you
so they're
asking me? You're
partners.
asking yourself.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, but
Can
you
we-
explain
I'm
it now.
asking you, can we?
Let me answer.
I'm
Remember
still
the question now.
asking you. You
Still
haven't
talking.
answered me. You've changed the word deficiency to shortcoming.
No, I didn't. He gave you
that's
translation.
fine. And what I'm
I'm
saying
confused. What's the point?
I'm
sorry,
sorry, is it my deficiency that makes you
No, because
I asked
you're
this
babbling
gentleman-
on. I don't understand
I'm
what
not
you're talking
babbling.
about.
I'm
He's
saying
What is the I can still English, clear English, but I don't understand where you're getting from. Where you
okay,
getting
then
from?
finish.
Okay, so the hadith explained. He says the reason being because of your shortcomings in religion and because of the two testaments. Okay. However, there is some situation when a woman testimony is equal to 4 man testimony. Okay, situation. If example me, I accuse a woman to commit fornication. Now, if I bring 3 witnesses, 3 men, the judge will accept her testimony and guess us and will be lashed. So now, how come no one speaks about this one?
I don't know.
Okay, so therefore in Islam we have to understand. Sharia, yeah, sure. In Islam, we believe because there's some issue. No, without any doubt. Prophet Muhammad said, man is equal to every woman. But in the Bible, doesn't believe that.
No, but I'm saying that 2282.
No, it's not. Because what you have to understand, what is wisdom? Wisdom to put wisdom to put everything in its proper places. You understand? With me. So there's some situation when the equal or when the testimony of one woman is equal to 2 men or 3 men. You understand? So now what I would say to you, as mentioned before. So now also we know that Prophet Muhammad mentioned in the hadith, because he spoke about Jahannam, there's more women. Also in the hadith, there's more women in paradise than a man.
Oh, so there are just more women in
There's
general.
more women. Okay, no. Because why? Okay. Because no, woman. No, it's not hurry. It's not hurry. Okay. And now, allow me to finish my point.
But it's a very long point.
Yeah, but are you asking me a question, are you? She's not here to listen, innit? Yeah, no. But so allow me to finish. My point here now,
Yes,
I don't like hypocrisy.
Yes.
If I say to you, he's the head of you, what does it mean?
He's my husband.
No, it doesn't mean that
Or he's
husband.
someone in the church.
He's in charge of you.
In the church, I'm
Okay,
saying.
when Jesus said Jesus is the head of every man, what does it mean?
It means he's in charge.
In charge doesn't mean husband.
No, in charge.
Okay, so now in charge. So when he said every man is the head of every
man.
Yes. Get the Bible. Jesus said that.
Every man.
He said
So a Muslim
he said
man would be
he said God.
the head of me.
No, of course about the Bible. Christians. Bro.
Isn't it about amongst Christians the man is?
Anyway. So now, for the husband is the head of the wife.
Yes, the
Even
husband.
as there's another one. No, there's another one. With the father, there's another one. Which God is the head of every.
Christ is the head of the church.
Before that, no, before that. God is the head of Jesus.
Yes,
Jesus
the
is the
Father,
head of
not God.
the Father. Yes, that is the term. The Father is the head of what? Jesus. So there's hierarchy. The man is the head of what? Of woman. So man is bigger than a woman. He's higher than a woman.
You know what? Yeah, it also shows that there's difference.
Yeah, of course. There's difference. Yes. Also, there is a man here. I want you to realize the head of every man. I want you to realize the head of every man is Christ, and the head of woman is man.
Yeah, not every man. You don't have to listen to all men.
I didn't ask you that.
No,
He's a
I
man.
said that. I didn't ask you. I'm telling you.
No, but Jesus said
Jesus said all men are headed by Christ, and the head of every woman is man.
is a man. So there's a hierarchy. I didn't say a man.
I'm making that distinction. If you think that I should listen to a man just because he's a man.
No, yes, he said. That's what he said. You said that. Remember you said that. Are you feminist? Of course, I'm not talking for the Muslim. It's a Bible. But you as a Christian, you are higher than her.
He believes that though. He knows that. He does believe that. He knows that. No, but come on, don't be sneaky, man.
No. There's another passage.
Go on, I'll let Lamine go in, bro. I'll allow that and let Lamine go in, you get me? Yes, that'll be on Socko, I think. That'll be on Socko later. Giselle in the house.
Can I reply?
Madam, can I reply? Madam, I don't know where I finished there, but that's not where. Madam, you've asked the question. Madam, you've asked the question. Can I answer?
You saying I was shaking before? Do you know like I'm shaking?
Thank you for lying on camera. You failed high school education.
He shook Abu Qasim's hand earlier. Abu Qasim supports ISIS and Amjad Chowdhury. He shook his hand earlier. The guy filmed for him. He's calling me an extremist. He's calling him an extremist. He's got guys linked to Amjad Chowdhury and ISIS who actually killed people in the UK. God done out here.
Australian Christopher Harper, 27, killed New Zealand Australian national Daryl Jones were killed by missile fire.
Big up, love.
Our enemy combatant. If you support ISIS and them Chowdhury, you're an enemy combatant. That's not a lie. He's one of the cameramen is an enemy combatant.
Look, Issa's there as well. Big up man like Issa. You're saying, brother. Big up Issa. Sheikh is in the house as well. What you lot doing, man?
Yeah, man's monkey. Hey, listen, Ali, got a serious question, yeah? You know,
Let me finish now after.
I said, how many people became Muslim?
I'll leave you alone, man. Go on. Man like Hashim in the house. Okay, still battling. Shamsi. Big Issa in the house.
I always say, so explain what she just said to you. Explain, because that's really
Go on, Cezelle, what are you saying?
So this is live, yeah?
Big
So
up,
one of the
Marshall.
arguments that this guy always makes in Adnan Rashid is that the guy that done the Finsbury Park mosque, which is a disgrace and it's responsible. But you explain what...
So I posed a question to Ali Dawah and I asked him, I said, okay, the Lee Ridley murderer put out in a statement that he was watching Sheikh Khalid Yassin's DVDs and lectures. He then murdered Lee Ridley. Does that make Sheikh Khalid Yassin an extremist? He said, no, it's a false comparison.
Oh, he's done it here, Ali Diva.
I don't understand.
You're done it here, man.
But again, lying from the Dawah team. Thank you.
So the Dawah team, yeah, we're going to start scratching the surface of how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Right, yeah.
And they were so disrespectful to the lady last week, yeah. If you watch the video, Saeed El, the guy's favourite film is Django Unchained, because it says 100 N-words in around 2 hours. That guy was so disrespectful to her. Adnan was so disrespectful to you. You're talking about respecting females. The way you were chatting to her last week was totally derogatory. She needs an apology of all that. She has a right to speak without you trying to belittle her and say she's crazy, she's mad.
I will say I had a chat with Saeed afterwards, he did apologise. But at the same time, he shouldn't have been saying something.
The Dawah team are showing the true colours. So let's ask him again. Ahmed, somebody got Sheikh Hyde in the video and then committed a murder like no, but he says that anyone that does a terrorist attack,
Tommy Robinson's responsible for everything.
So
I asked him about Sheikh Khalid the murder of Lee Ridley said in a statement Sheikh Khalid Yassin. I said, so Ali, I asked Ali, I said, does that make Sheikh Khalid Yassin an extremist? He said, no, it's a false comparison.
you're done at here, Ali Diva. And all he does is, you're shaking, Raj is shaking. I'm not a freaking like some rock.
If you come to Speaker's Corner and you're selling your religion, you're open to ridicule.
And the Manchester Arena bombing happened.
I'm heckled every
So again, I'm asking you, Sheikh Khalid Yassin an extremist.
Where's Ali Dum Dum gone now?
Hey, somebody look. Bring him up. Get the camera. Let's get him on.
Because I'm really fed up with they keep labelling Tommy as an extremist, but they don't apply the same condition to other extremists.
Well, Steve and me,
Sheikh Khalid Yassin.
Steve and me have been called an extremist, an Islamophobe, a racist, whatever. And we have never had no links to somebody that has actually killed multiple people. And their camera guy, Abu Qasim, has. So it's a disgrace, man. And people need to start calling this out.
Okay, mad things. Mad things are going. Bob still rumbling along, rumbling away. Look. Fairy tale killers in the house. Maku and that in the house. I'm gonna dead this now. I'm just going to cut the feed and hold up. Yes, big up everyone. I'm back in a bit. I'm going to cut this one. Big up to everyone who jumped in. Big up to the chat. Oh, look.
That doesn't then possibly result in them doing something bad. Does that apply to people that watch or listen to Tommy Robbins?
Okay. In general,
Simple question.
No. If I say that somebody carried out a terrorist attack and that day he was watching the video, yeah? Okay. I can't use that argument to say that, oh no, that's connected. They got radicalized by that specific person.
That argument is used against Tommy Robinson all the time. It is, isn't it?
If it's used like that, it's a pathetic, stupid, silly argument. If it's used like
And
that.
Adnan does that.
What we're saying is the following, yeah? We're saying, if somebody...
What is the purpose of you making the first point?
No, let me tell
You're
you.
trying to excuse someone from doing
If
it.
somebody says, I watched Ali Dawa's video, if somebody says, okay, you carried out this attack, what do you watch? He says, okay, I watch Ali Dawa, I watch hijab, I watch ISIS, da 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 da. The point here is this. We can't come and say, for you watching me and hijab and any other video, because do we directly say in our videos hostile things? Do we encourage people? Do we demonize a group of people? No, we don't.
You encourage people to... You're about to say, you start to use the words encourage people.
Do we encourage people to?
Indirect to what?
To violence.
Directly or indirectly? Tommy Robinson never encourages violence. He goes out of his way to discourage violence.
Okay.
So the argument applies equally to Tommy Robinson.
No.
Tommy Robinson never encourages violence. Tommy Robinson explicitly goes out of his way. He said, don't rip hijabs off of women. That's a dumb, stupid thing to do. Never attack Muslims. He goes out of his way to repeatedly say those things. So your argument must apply equally to Tommy Robinson.
The thing is, he's the same person who says there are enemy combatants behind me. This book says that they should kill, maim, rape, blah, blah, blah. So I can't come and say the British people want to rape, maim, do this to the Muslim woman. Continues over and over again. The book, the British, the Bible says...
You're being inconsistent.
No.
You're being completely inconsistent.
He does that. You know he does that, yeah? That's the reason why
He never encourages violence.
No. That's the reason
I hear you and Kaylin are like that now, by the way. You and Kaylin are like that. Tell us the story. Tell us the story. Kaylin Robinson, who's deserted Tommy Robinson and Robertson. You know what I mean. Kaylin Robertson is now like that with you, isn't it? I hear you're working together. Ali Dawa and Kaylin are working together.
You don't even know what's going on.
Isn't that sweet?
Mo just wants a kiss.
What? Kaylin Robertson? Yeah. Kaylin Robertson.
K-I-S-S-I-N.
Let him finish, Steve.
Big up TNT.
Okay, Kaylin Robertson.
So why are you working with Kaylin?
Let me finish. Why
are you working with Kaylin?
Let me finish.
We've got on to more
Steve, let
interesting stuff.
I'm not working with him. He's doing a documentary. Yeah?
With you?
No, not with me. I'm in it because of what happened with freedom of speech.
Why are you in it?
Because they asked me to...
So the documentary is freedom of speech?
No, it's about the so-called slogan that's used. Yeah, it's this guy.
Which actually is what?
It's BS.
It's bullshit. What is it? What is it?
No. This is why.
Bullshit covering what?
No, it's colored because it's basically Kaylin Robertson admitted, yeah, and this guy's gonna crap his pants and get now. Kaylin Robertson said that when they asked,
Look at my hands.
you look like you're pooing.
Look at no.
Okay. Okay. You know what Kaylin Robertson does? Kaylin Robertson
Performance for the camera.
Kaylin Robertson
We were having a
said.
conversation. Now it's a performance for the camera.
Steve, leave me alone, bro.
I need to speak. Yeah. The point
You
is
need
this.
to, I know you
Kaylin
need
Robertson said, Tommy Robertson clearly said he is not speaking because he's a Muslim. Kaylin Robertson said that. This is the reason why Kaylin said, I'm going to stick to my principles, which I admire.
Is that the best?
No.
Is that the real highlight of
Freedom
the
of speech
documentary?
for the seat. Muslim? No. You get punched, you get killed.
Such a tired story. Such a tired old
Not only that,
story.
the Christchurch attacker donated to Martin Stelner. Martin Stelner, who gave
Selner,
the
not
speech? Stelner,
Get the name right.
Stella. Okay.
Stella, do you like Stella?
No, it's a wife beating Jimmy Barry.
That's how you know he likes
Okay.
it.
How do you know?
Exactly.
I heard it.
Yeah.
So now, Tommy Robinson came here.
Were you a roadman back in the day? Were you a roadman back in the day?
Not a long time. Yeah. Okay, listen, yeah.
Well, how long were
Ali, don't do that again.
From 14 to 16. 14 to 16.
Okay. Now, the point that I'm saying is this.
Is that the highlight of the documentary?
This is why they don't want to hear.
Hey.
I'm asking them a question. Tommy Robinson came here and read out Martin Stella, whatever you want to call him, yeah? His speech. This guy got money donated from the Christchurch attacker. This guy...
What did Tommy Robinson say about that
Who
speech?
gives a damn what he says?
He said it could have been the Communist Manifesto. The content was not the point. The point was that the British authorities stopped him coming into this country.
We are against
the purpose was
the killing
not
of
the subject.
innocent. Look, I'm against. Why am I so strict with these ISIS thumpers?
You're not strict with Abu Qasim. You were shaking his hand earlier.
Look,
Abu Qasim is a known adherent of Andrew Chowdhury. You were shaking his hand.
Look,
today.
I don't know.
He's over there.
You need to be
You're shaking his hand. As he filmed you.
Who's that?
As he filmed you earlier.
ISIS
He was
guy.
setting up his tripod in front of you.
You guys
He was filming you.
Who's this Andrew
And you were
Chowdhury, your
shaking his
cameraman?
hand.
Change your
Who's that? Who's that? No.
It was you, bro.
Pampers.
Look,
Extra absorbent
I'm not
liquid.
good enough for Pampers.
Yeah.
Can't chop only.
Okay.
Yeah, so look at this. Who's this?
Are you aware of
Who's
Abu
this?
Qasim?
Who's this?
You got lovely beard.
Where have you been?
Yes, wipe your feet on the like button.
He's been here for 2 years.
So now my point is this year. Look,
You shouldn't.
look,
Who's this then?
Caleb
Who's Abu
Robinson,
Qasim? Probably I've never seen him
Robin
before.
Sullivan, this is why they don't let me talk. You know why? Because it
ISIS
hurts.
supporting
Change your nappy.
individuals.
Nappy time.
They are. You
Because
need to
you're
change your
worth it.
nappies,
Because
man.
you're
Look
worth
at
it.
him, pathetic.
Because you're worth it.
That's the.
And you even admitted that you watched pornography.
Yeah, I was there, Jill. I didn't say that. I said I'll stop. It's better than supporting jihadis.
You watch pornography, that's
Better than
disgusting.
supporting jihadis.
Yes.
That's disgusting.
Get married.
Better than
Yeah, you
supporting
vital
jihadis.
man.
I don't want to marry
Yeah?
you.
Yeah.
If there's a proposal, I don't want to marry
On your knee, Ali.
On your knee. Go on, give the ring.
Guys,
Go on, propose
what
properly, man.
pornography does to you.
Propose
Yeah?
properly.
Now.
You ever seen hijabi porn?
I don't watch porn. Yeah?
Abdul Hakim
Yeah?
and his
So
cameraman.
guys, the reason why they don't let me speak is because these
Here
two
he is
gentlemen
again with
here
Andrew
were at the
Chowdhury.
event
He's
of
over
Tommy
there
Robinson,
filming.
a hate preacher, who Darren Osman ran over innocent Muslims.
And we
You make the
and-
connection when you
and-
choose to.
Yes,
but not another
because
one.
have you ever seen me come and say, these kuffar, they want to kill us. Have you seen what they done to our brothers? These kuffar, the you find them, kill them. But then I come and say, hey guys, you know, I really don't want you to run them over or kill them.
What do you think
But
of these
these
guys
kuffar,
then?
come on,
That goes through this corner.
that's exactly
What do you
what's
think?
happening.
These are your mates.
This is why this boy, he's crapped his pants. He needs to change his nappy. Yeah?
Keep talking about it.
Okay.
He's got
This
poo
stinks.
porn. He's got poo
Anyways,
porn.
guys, it's very simple, yeah? We are against all kinds of hate, whoever it's done by.
Look at these guys that
Whoever.
supported him.
I don't pick and choose, yeah? Tommy Robinson is a hate preacher. He is people like that who inspires the Christchurch attacker. He put the camera on, took his machine gun. You saw how he shot that sister on the floor?
And that's
Bang.
a disgrace.
1 second.
got nothing to do with Tommy Robinson.
London bridge attacks, yeah? These same animals, same thing. ISIS and Tommy Robinson, they love each other.
One of them filming you and shaking his hand.
Sharon Butt used to go speaker's corner.
You know Romeo and
The
Juliet?
one that in the London Bridge
We're gonna have
attack.
Shakespeare.
Sharon Butt used to go speaker's corner.
and you know-
and in
Give us some
2017, he
And you know
killed
what-
8 people
you know what Kane
on
Robinson
London
said?
Bridge. How do
And
we
I
know
was-
that Abu Qasim
You know what
did
Kane
not
Robinson
know
said?
him and he didn't tell him stuff and he never
guys
reported
would not
to the
believe
authorities?
this. Do you guys remember?
need to
You're going to
start
spoil
owning
the
it.
documentary by letting the punchline out.
This is the
That's
best
the
bit.
documentary that
This is the
Caleb
best bit.
Robertson
It's gonna come
is
out on
producing
Netflix,
with
yeah?
Ali.
On
On
Netflix.
Netflix.
Oi,
Maybe you could go
And
with
he was
Caleb.
You made it.
You and Caleb.
You made it.
Him and Caleb.
Now, guys, yeah?
Him and Caleb.
You know what? You know what I said to Caden when the interview was happening? I said, Caden, this is what I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong. I said, Tommy Robinson gets attacked when ISIS carry out attack on innocent people, right? He goes, you know what Tommy Robinson said apparently? He said, this is good, it helps our agenda. This guy is a filthy, vile
You believe everything
scumbag.
Caleb
He is a vile
You believe
animal.
everything
He
Caleb
worked with
says.
him. He worked
That's
with
what
him.
You believe everything you
So
say.
wait for it to come out on Netflix.
No running, Ali. No running.
No running away.
Oh, he shook. Run, devil man, run, devil man. Run, devil man, run, devil. That's from wrestling. Run, devil man. Shaitan, go.
Sponsored by Pampers.
Satan, go. No. Only pound chop nappies, man. I'm not good enough. No. He should. He should. He needs to go back to
Give
his
him a kiss.
original
Give him a kiss.
podium.
1 second, man.
Go back to your
And on the other cheek. And on the other cheek.
Told you, Moses wants
Where's
a
the
kiss.
stones? Where's the stones?
Where's the stone cheerleaders?
Sponsored by Pampers. Okay.
Oh, you're so funny. Who are you sponsored by? Ali Diva, man, you're hilarious. Who's Salam sponsored by? This is a properly kiss, by the way.
I'm trying to get you.
No, it wasn't. It was tongues. We saw it.
Look at the camera.
Have a look at this. What?
What job is that one?
Have a look. Have a look here. Have a look what Abu Qasim had put up against Paul Williams, the camera, and he said, "And we rained upon them, homosexuals, a rain of stones, then see how the end of the criminals." And that was a video he aimed at.
Raj,
he aimed at.
I don't want to hear any more. Did you get your answers to your question? Did he answer all your questions?
That thing.
Did he answer all
He
your
doesn't
questions?
answer nothing. He's just a freaking degenerate.
Mad thing. Okay. Yes, big up the peeps. Yes. Yes, family, I'm gonna come back in a bit. I was trying to go before, bruv. Big up Danjuma in the house. You're right. Yes. That's COE. Content over everything. That's the woman that does that. Yes, big up. Catch you guys on the rebound if I come back. If not, big up. If I do jump on, click the like button and make sure you hit the notifications. You get me? Peace.